And that's really what Badass Bank is about. It was created to deliver true customer service, and honestly, you feel that. It's not just talk. They show up, they support you, and they make managing money feel a lot more human. What I love most is who they're for. Badass Bank is for the everyday badasses, the people pushing through hard things, showing up for their families, rewriting their stories. Built by industry disruptors and backed by decades of banking experience, they're here to challenge the status quo and give you real control over your financial future. Badass Bank is looking for customers who expect more. So the question is, are you badass material? Consider this your invitation. Find your inner badass and visit BADASS.bank.
Member FDIC.
All across America, Spectrum Business is helping small businesses do more within their budget. Like in Rochester, we're at this computer coding class where fiber-powered internet keeps ideas flowing free forever. And in Austin, our fast, reliable internet lets this gym stream classes all day.
One more, let's go.
Free forever. Get Business Internet Advantage free forever when you get 4 mobile lines. Visit spectrum.com/free for life to find out how. Spectrum Business. Spectrum Internet is powered by fiber and connected to the premises by coaxial lines. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
From the Catches Law Injury Attorney Studios, every game, all season, the Sox play here. 93.7 WEEI-FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston, and Odyssey Sports Station. This is KJ and Lyons. KJ Carson and John Lyons right now on WEEI.
KJ and Lyons, WEEI. This is a very exciting day for me. One, because I get to sit in the 2 chair and John gets to sit in the 1 chair, and I get to finally meet in person Joe Weil, who's willing to play How High with us before we finish the show. You don't have to take off your shoes since you're a first-time guest. But how are your last few Saturdays been, huh?
It's been pretty interesting, especially considering the season that has taken place here for the Sox. And thank you for having me, KJ. Great to meet you too. I did not realize how tall you were.
See, I was telling John this. This is why I'm sitting over here.
And I'm 5'8", so like everybody's taller than I am.
That's
but
what I said earlier.
John is not.
Yeah. How tall are you, John?
5'8". Yeah.
Okay, all right.
You're going into the show. I'm kidding. No, but you're perfectly sized.
No, thank you. And so, last Saturday with that game and it getting banged, at 4:00, get the pregame show rolling, and I was in the center field studio, but they have TVs out there where you can see, the field, and saw the tarp still on here, just thinking, okay, this is not going to happen.
Right.
And then it didn't. And in the post game, I don't know if you guys listened to the post game that day. I guess the post game. I guess it was the whatever you call it when it's a canceled game.
Right.
The Joe Show.
I guess the Joe Show. But we had a caller from Maine. It was a mom.
I remember that. Yes, I remember this.
She was saying her son was so upset in the car, and those are the people I think about for games like that.
Now, if the son was 32, would that be a little bit different?
Be a little bit different.
Didn't you say like that was his first game or something?
It was supposed to be his first game, and they make the trip from Maine, and people I don't think quite realize how far that could be.
Yeah.
Coming down to Boston, especially with traffic and all those things. So I felt for the son too, and no game, but went to Bucks.
They sold that,
so
pre-made cotton candy though, so they're all set.
Yes, they're all set. Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's funny you tell that story because the day before I was in this long up-the-coast drive, like more than a dozen-hour drive, and so I did the show remote for a second, And we were John and I were talking about this. We're under this contingency plan of what happens. If it's pouring down rain, even on the air, I'm like, okay, we just need this storm to just hang out over 2 in Leominster and just stay there, play the game. But I was telling the story of this guy down in Connecticut who was about to take the bus from Southern Mass, come on up. He has a bat collection at his house. He lives next door to my aunt. And she was like, oh, yeah, my nephew works at, he's like, he works at WEEI. I'm like, not all the time, right? So it's really easy to miss him. She's like, my neighbor's a liar. But he has a couple of bats in his collection. One is Brooks Robinson, and the other is Jackie Robinson.
Wow.
So he puts Jackie Robinson's bat in my hand. And as I'm telling the story, I'm like, so we got to play this game. They're on the bus. And I'm thinking, like, now my aunt's probably going to catch hell for the next 2 weeks. We rode the bus, because you know how it is in Massachusetts. He's a Mass guy. We rode the bus all the way up there. We're eating the food, and we get kept. And so I get a text from management. We'll just leave it at management. They're like, hey, Joe is going to do like a couple more breaks. Do you want to jump on at like 4:30? This is after that I'd realized that 5 minutes before John's show was over, I was about to go on next, and I just got out of the shower like 6 minutes before. So I was just like mentally dead. So this all really goes back to when Cora was fired. Nothing has really been the same on our Saturdays.
It hasn't, right? And I remember listening to you guys that day. I mean, it was wild. And actually, I have a quick story about that too. Yeah. I was calling the Woo Sox game that day.
Okay.
And in the ninth inning, top of the ninth inning, Woo Sox had a good lead at that point, so you figured that was it. But we got the notification from Jeff Passan about Alex Cora being fired. I think it was Jared Carabas who was first on it, but the first one I saw was Jeff Passan, and you're just thinking, oh, like this is happening right now, and especially in the context of the win that they had that day.
You didn't see them sneaking Chad Tracy out with sunglasses on?
Let me tell you a story, too. So we were in Chad Tracy's office for the pregame, right? As they always do for those games, and I was just filling in that weekend. The game was on in the background. And Chad Tracy goes, man, we really needed that one. And when we got to 17-1 in that game. And just to think, an hour later or whatever it was, maybe a couple hours later, he got a call that he was going to be the manager of the Red Sox. It was one of those reminders of how your life can just change like that.
Yeah, stranger than Chris Sale punching out the TVs that he put in the dugout, right?
Yes.
Can I just say something? Back to your point, Joe, about like where were you when? Sharing our where were you when stories. Yeah. I literally had just finished up in here. I had started my car. I was literally still on company property.
That's right.
And my butt hit the driver's seat, and it probably wasn't more than 5 seconds later, I get a call from my dad, who was in the car driving. He has an Apple Watch, and he saw the Jeff Passan notification. And within 5 seconds, his frame of thinking was, I need to call Tristan and see if this is real. And then by the time he called me, I saw the notification too, and I was like, oh my gosh, I better call management. And from that point forward, I don't think I've left here.
Yes, well, you did leave here. But it's funny because Tristan sends me the message, I'm doing some box packing because some things are changing, right? And I'm like, Tristan, you're still in the parking lot? Hold on. Hey, management, he's still there. Because initially it was like, if there's no boat out, we don't get on the air. So kudos to Tristan for staying in the parking lot, because I would have been right at the McDonald's. I get hungry. I'd just be right over there.
Different parking lot.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll get a Big Mac. Wait a minute. Alex Cora just got fired?
I actually want to ask you,
Can you tell this guy who's
Joe,
been here for 35 minutes that he's breaking the loitering laws at this point?
Because you've probably known Chad Tracy longer than most people in this market. You broadcast the Woo Sox games. Is he a guy that you think could realistically be the long-term manager of the Red Sox based on what you know about him? Or do you think they're going to try to, after the season, look totally outside the organization?
I think at this point it would be wise for the Red Sox to keep him the rest of the way. I thought it was really interesting that there wasn't a firm commitment to him for the rest of the season.
Didn't Breslow specifically say for now?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that surprised me a lot, and especially with this group that they have up at the big leagues right now. So many guys that he had in Worcester, and I've kind of just been subbing in for games. The guys that are there full time could speak to it a little bit better, but I've always been really impressed with the times I was there and asked him questions and just heard him speak. He really has a handle on it. I think it helps that he comes from a baseball family. Obviously, his dad was a manager in the big leagues too. I was just always really impressed with the way he handled things at that level. And the players clearly loved him. And they do love him up at the major league level. The guys that, had him at that one point in time in AAA. So I think with this group, especially with it being a young group, I think it's wise for him to be the guy the rest of the way. Now, you ask about long-term, John. What's going to be really fascinating is if this season continues the way it's going, you know, what does this team at the leadership level?
You only have like 50 more pre-games to go, Joe. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Like 27 games at a time is just being butchered at this point.
Well, and it's crazy too. I'm going to hit on it in pregame. Like, this team is pitching. Like, this team is actually pitching, and the run prevention part of it, like that. There were jokes obviously at the beginning.
First in defensive run save.
First in defensive run save. They can pitch too. In the month of May, they've had the 3rd best ERA. You go back to the beginning of April, 6th best ERA. But they just can't hit. And I think you guys have heard you talk about it. I've said the same thing. How do you build a team for this franchise that doesn't hit?
It's a movie called The Bad News Bears.
And we talked about this earlier, though. And we asked Lou Merloni. I'm curious. They've been aggressive with the pitching staff, trading a top prospect for Crochet and extending him, signing Chapman, extending, trading for Gray, developing early and Tolle. But we don't see that. With the same aggressiveness just doesn't translate. I don't get it.
Well, I think it's interesting in the context of the guy that was here before Craig Breslow, in Chaim Bloom, because there was a lot of emphasis in the drafts on position players, and there was a lack of emphasis on pitching. And so now it's almost a complete reversal of that in some philosophical ways. And I think what's interesting too is you look at those like 23 and 24 teams, and you know, it's kind of like this blandness to those 2 years. That's the best way I can put it.
It's a good
like
description.
you think of, okay, what are the memorable moments from those seasons? It's kind of hard to think about. Those offenses were actually still pretty good. And so when people were coming after Pete Fadsley, not to say, again, that this offense wasn't doing well, that there wasn't problems, all those different types of things. But I looked at the total body of work with him, and especially with the lineups that they had, and I thought he actually did a pretty solid job. I think the personnel this year, it just wasn't there. And as we've seen winning games, I heard you say this before, John, winning games 3-2, if that's the model you're supposed to be going after or trying to implement here, that's a tough thing. And we saw it again last night. You lose 3-2 because you can't score. Braves obviously are a good team. They can pitch really well, but that's happened against teams that aren't the Braves.
So the good thing about how it works is if you believe something very strongly, you're very high. If you're a little high on it, nah. And if you don't believe it at all, it's a choke. We're not going to have the full dosage here. I like how you filibuster.
I should have played this game in college.
That was an accident. I
was like, he's filibustering to be wholesome. Like, the show has no morals. Hit it, Tristan.
Right.
We get to pass it around with Joe Wild. Joe Wild's about to get wild.
Score. You want highs, mediums, or lows? How are the highs, man? That's what I'm saying, yo.
So we're only going to do the Red Sox strain because we're constrained to time. So give our guest the first question, Tristan.
Hey, Joe. How's
Tristan.
your day going?
It's all right. We don't have time for that. We got to get to
my gosh, no pleasantries today. Trevor Story, what's the latest? Should I be worried about our star shortstop?
Yes. Very high. I am very high.
John.
Oh, yeah, totally. He's not your starting shortstop anymore, though. Trick question.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm very high on it as well. And then I would say probably very high as well for myself. I'm trying not to burn my hand. Next.
Nick Sogard. Why? What are we going to do with him? Nick Sogard and Mickey Gasper. When will this stop, this influx of people from Worcester? And when will the Red Sox actually get some big-name talent on this team?
With Nick Sogard, I actually like Nick Sogard. So I'm a cool.
Bigger than Caleb Durbin.
Yeah, bigger than Caleb Durbin. I'm a mellow high there. How about that?
I'll go with Joe on that.
Okay.
A relaxed high.
All right. So Tristan has actually snuck in a strand in here because these are not the questions. So I ask you the last one. Jaron Duran has 27 hits and 155 at-bats. How high are you to think that he gets 13 more hits in his next 45 at-bats to hit 288 to get to 200? Wow.
Pretty low at this point.
Yeah, not high.
Not high.
Yeah,
not high. We're having a sober night. I hope it turns around. He had 2 really good seasons, but it's not happening right now.
And there it is. You got to go out on the Eagles. It's an easy, peaceful feeling. And Joe's got to do a whole hour now.
Only 55 more.
Let's go.
Too bad they've moved the snack machine out of here already. So, Joe Wild, thank you so much for
being here. Great to meet you in person, KJ.
Yeah, absolutely. John, thank you for not looking too far into my eyes as our first time ever meeting. All right. Have a great time, Joe. And we'll see you again next week.
The Red Sox Station. The Red Sox Station.
WEEI.
New England Sports Original.
Your summer starts now with Memorial Day deals at the Home Depot. It's time to fire up summer cookouts with the Next Grill 4-burner gas grill on special buy for only $199 and entertain all season with the Hampton Bay West Grove 7-piece outdoor dining set for only $499. This Memorial Day, get low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. While supplies last, pricing valid May 14th through May 27th. U.S. only, exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
Since 1961, New Englanders have trusted one name to protect their homes and businesses: Warwick Tree Service. We blend 6 decades of experience with cutting-edge technology to handle even the most hazardous or hard-to-reach trees with surgical precision and minimal disruption. Our licensed arborists don't just remove trees, we provide the expert care and peace of mind that only comes from years in the field. Don't wait for the next storm. Visit warwicktree.com to schedule your free tree service assessment today. Warwick Tree Service. Safe, efficient, proven since 1961.
The all-new Amazon Ember Art line with Fire TV. With Alexa Plus, 10 custom frames and over 2,000 free works of museum-quality art. The Amazon Ember Art line with Fire TV. It's not just a smart TV, it's an art TV. Separate subscriptions may be required. A viewing experience is subjective and may vary with content.
Blowing ad budget on metrics that look great till the CFO sees them, that's bull spend. And marketers are calling it out in Dashboard Confessions.
I remember telling my boss, it'll be good for the brand, when leads were slow. Yeah, it wasn't.
Cut the bull spend. LinkedIn lets you target by company, job title, and more. Advertise on LinkedIn. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a $250 credit. Go to linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
The all-new Amazon Ember Art line with Fire TV. Choose from 10 custom frames and over 2,000 free works of museum-quality art. Or display your own personal photos, all on a matte screen designed to look like the real thing. Brilliant 4K QLED immerses you in every moment, while Alexa Plus makes finding your next watch effortless. Find the perfect balance between art and entertainment. The Amazon Ember Art line with Fire TV. It's not just a smart TV, it's an art TV. Separate subscriptions may be required. A viewing experience is subjective and may vary with content.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
We all do it. You have a night for yourself, but don't like the sound of the silence, so you
This Odyssey Sports broadcast is presented by ZipRecruiter.
44 games in and 8 games under. The 18-26 Red Sox look to bounce back after a walk-off loss to MLB's best team, the Atlanta Braves, in Game 2 of a 3-game set at Truist Park. From the WEEI Red Sox studios in Boston, I'm Joe Weil, and this is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Tough one last night, especially because there were some bright spots. Connolly early, he pitched a solid game against the highest scoring lineup in the sport. Marcelo Meyer hit a game-tying home run in the late innings, but the Sox had a tough day doing the little things that can make such a big difference against a powerhouse team like the Braves, who have the best record in baseball at 31-14. Jarren Duran was picked off in the first inning. Then Mickey Gasper was gunned down in the fourth inning, trying to steal second by Sandy Leon. And then Cedar Rafaela was thrown out, trying to steal third with one out in the fifth inning. All that being said, the Sox were able to overcome a 2-0 deficit to push the game into extras, but they couldn't score in the top of the 10th inning, and it was a Yaz that wins it against the Red Sox. And here is the play of last night's game, brought to you by Nissan. At Nissan, they make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop today at nissanusa.com.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch. Swinging a line drive into left center field. Cedar trying to get there. It's down a hit, and the game's over. Splits the outfielders. Kim around third, and he scores. And on a walk-off hit by Mike Yastrzemski, Yaz beats the Sox. It's 3-2.
Yeah, that's a tough way to phrase it. Good job there by Cooper Boardman. Yaz delivers in a Red Sox loss, a walk-off single for Mike Yastrzemski. The Sox, they go 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position, and now only the Angels and Astros have a worse record in the American League than Boston. And the Sox now, they're in a tough stretch. They've dropped 5 of their last 7 games, and they've scored 14 total runs in this span. And one of the symbols of the Red Sox offensive struggles has been Trevor Story, and he now hits the IL with a groin injury. The Sox have recalled Nick Sogard from AAA Worcester for his first taste of the big leagues this year. He had an .871 OPS with Worcester this season. Story said today that he is considering surgery and evaluating all options when it comes to a sports hernia. That is the reason he is on the injured list. And Story has seen multiple doctors about the injury, which has apparently bothered him since spring training, and will continue to gather information in the coming days. At this point, he's unsure if surgery will be required, but he said that the basic prognosis for surgery to repair a sports hernia is a 6 to 10 week absence. So we'll obviously be following that in the coming days, and we'll see if Nick Sogard can infuse some offense into this team. He's not in the starting lineup today, and it doesn't get much easier for the Red Sox starting lineup because they're going up against the National League's ERA leader today. And today's pitching matchup is brought to you by Town Fair Tire. For the best prices on tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. And the Sox will have left-hander Peyton Tolley on the bump, who's been great. 1-2 with a 1.99 ERA going up against the right-hander and Bryce Elder, who is 4-1 with an NL best 1.81 ERA. But let's start with Tolley. He has been excellent since being called up. He hasn't allowed more than 3 runs in his start yet. He's struck out 27 batters in 22 2/3 innings pitched. Now, the Sox, they have lost 3 of his 4 starts, but he's deserved a much better fate because Boston has scored 3 total runs across the 3 games they've lost that he pitched. As for Elder, he was an all-star in 2023. He followed it up with 2 negative WAR seasons, but he's been excellent overall this year. Batting average against of 179. That's 3rd best in the National League, only behind Paul Skeens and Jacob Mizorowski, 2 NL Central flamethrowers. Usage-wise, he's leading with the slider this year, this being Elder, but he's also upped his usage of his 4-seam fastball. He's added in a cutter. The strikeout rate for him at 24.4%. It's actually the best of his career, and his hard hit rate is down 5% from last year. So all in all, it's going to be a tough task here for the Red Sox once again here in the middle match of this 3-game set. But the pitching has been good for the Red Sox. That's the one positive, but also frustrating that they're not able to turn more of these games into wins. But the Red Sox as a team now are in the top 10 in Major League Baseball as it's related to ERA. They rank 9th. You start from April 1st. They're actually 6th best in the sport in ERA. And then if you just focus on the month of May, they have the 3rd best ERA. So Andrew Bailey is helping this pitching staff do its part. And Andrew Bailey is the star of today's Baseball Isn't Boring 2-Minute Grill, presented by McFarland Energy, the region's most dependable provider of home heating oil, including BioHeat, as well as expert HVAC services at McFarlandEnergy.com. And here's our very own Rob Bradford with Andrew Bailey.
There's no human being I'd rather be talking to more for the 2-Minute Grill than Andrew Bailey right now. Andrew, so congratulations on everything that has transpired. The staff is pitching really, really well. For you, when you get into the middle of May, from a pitching coach's point of view, you come in with best laid plans at the beginning of the year. What is the middle of May like? And I know that's a big, broad question, but I think it's sort of an interesting one.
Yeah, I think it's a good time. Like we want to take a look at things on a monthly basis, on a 2-week basis, and then you get a little bit of more of a sample on a 6-week basis. But we're always trying to stay ahead of curves and look at performance that we kind of expected, maybe some poor performance that we didn't, adjust, either way in either direction. And I think it just gives us a sample on, maybe what hitters are trying to approach on or what shapes, pitchers in terms of their profiles and as well as execution, get a little bit of a larger sample and make adjustments as you need. And, I think, our guys have been throwing the ball really well as of late. I also just think maybe some of the outcomes have regressed back to where we would expect them to be over a larger sample, and I think we're seeing that as well.
One of the things when we were trying to guess how the strike zone / ABS was going to impact pitching, has it? Or
Yeah, I think you see some of the walk rates come up, and obviously the importance of being in zone. Obviously there's going to be missed calls one way or the other. You only get 2 challenges a day, so flipping those at bats, are important, on our behalf. But also just continuing to execute. And I think, looking at the walk rates and, different things, especially for us, up a little bit relative to where we anticipated. So, nothing really changes in terms of the value of a first pitch strike or being in zone, pre 2 strikes, always wanting to leverage your best pitches. But, for me, I think it's just another layer, of what we have to work with on a daily basis. And I think it's always important to call out, like, you have this rule book strike zone, you have the umpire strike zone, and you have ABS. And so you're really going against 3 different strike zones, and it always changing based off a hitter. So, like, what's real? What's real is that, like, the ABS is being called, supposed to be, and that's the one you can challenge. But, by definition, you're still working with a few other strike zones on a pitch-to-pitch basis.
The last thing is, to have young pitchers, it's always interesting. Like, I look at, for instance, the Phillies, or, you look at some of these other staffs, they have established guys, and you have a couple guys who are finding their way through what you've had. For you, it must be interesting, right? I mean, I know that the whole job is interesting, but that part of it must be hard.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I think, it's like what I talk to, Peyton and Connolly about a lot is what makes pitchers great in this game is consistently being good. There's a natural instinct to want to adjust. There's a natural instinct to want to continue to grow. We need to allow that to happen. But being great in this game is really just consistently being good, right? And being you over and over and over and over and over. And the discipline to continue to be your best version of yourself based off of what you can do over a long period of time, and that consistency. So not looking for little nuances here and there that you want to pick apart. There's a time and a space for that, and obviously continued development, but you're a major leaguer for a reason, and the discipline to stay the course when times get tough is really the hardest part. And with those 2 guys specifically, and even when Bennett was up here, it's like, what are you great at? Let's do that a lot. And consistently doing that makes you great over a long period of time. And when we chase perfection, when we chase greatness on a daily basis, those games are going to happen. But when we can be good consistently, that's what puts together really solid seasons.
It's good advice, man. You got me fired up. Let's go.
Yeah, of course. All right, so that is Red Sox pitching coach Andrew Bailey with our very own Rob Bradford. And how about this? Excluding openers, Red Sox starting pitchers have allowed 2 or fewer earned runs in 8 of their last 9 games, posting a 1.45 ERA in that span. It's Peyton Tolley on the bump tonight for the Sox. You can watch the Red Sox pregame show on Twitch. Just follow WEEI, brought to you by Subaru of New England. Let love bloom in a 2026 Subaru. Find yours at SubaruofNewEngland.com. And coming up in about 15 minutes, Will Fleming sits down with Chad Tracy. And Chad Tracy on WEEI is brought to you by your New England Ford dealers and employee pricing for all. You pay what we pay, Ford, the official vehicle of Major League Baseball and that dirty water. But coming up next, Cooper Boardman joins us from Atlanta as we get you set for Red Sox versus Braves tonight at 7:15. I'm Joe Wild. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
Since 1961, New Englanders have trusted one name to protect their homes and businesses: Warwick Tree Service. We blend 6 decades of experience with cutting-edge technology to handle even the most hazardous or hard-to-reach trees with surgical precision and minimal disruption. Our licensed arborists don't just remove trees, we provide the expert care and peace of mind that only comes from years in the field. Don't wait for the next storm. Visit warwicktree.com to schedule your free tree service assessment today. Warwick Tree Service. Safe, efficient, proven since 1961.
Blowing ad budget on metrics that look great till the CFO sees them? That's bull spend. And marketers are calling it out in Dashboard Confessions.
I remember telling my boss, it'll be good for the brand, when leads were slow. Yeah, it wasn't.
Cut the bull spend. LinkedIn lets you target by company, job title, and more. Advertise on LinkedIn. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a $250 credit. Go to linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
And this is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Joe Weil with you inside the WEEI Red Sox studios. It is the Sox versus baseball's best in the Atlanta Braves. Boston has dropped 4 of their last 5, and Atlanta has won 5 of their last 6. And now we bring in Cooper Boardman from Atlanta, where the players play. Coop, how's your Saturday been treating you?
Oh, just a delightful Saturday, Joe. Wow, I've been walking around in the sunshine. It's like 75, 80 degrees in Atlanta, and I don't know, try not to think about baseball for a few hours.
For a tiny bit, right. And actually, I will say back here in Boston, it is sunny. I got sunburned for the first time today.
Well,
so
let me say to you and to everyone listening, congratulations.
Thank you so much, Coop. Let's start with yesterday's loss. Obviously, the Sox now 18-26 on the year. They've also dropped to 6-7 here in the month of May, and I bring that up because pitching-wise this month, they're third best in Major League Baseball with a 2.52 ERA. How much do you see what's happening here this month as just a wasted opportunity for this team to get on the right track?
It's to me, it's almost impossible what's happening here, right? Like you cannot imagine pitching as well as they have, both rotation and in the bullpen. I mean, they've not been like, oh, pretty good or like taking a step forward. They have been truly an elite pitching staff in the month of May. They have been as good as anybody in baseball. They have done and probably exceeded the expectation that we set out, and doing it, by the way, without Garrett Crochet. They have been extraordinary. They have, Chad Tracy, outside of, the one bullpen decision the other night, I think has managed it really, really well over the last 16 days. And you shake your head, and I go back to the thing that I said when you asked this question. It's almost impossible to have the record they do in May when you pitch the way they have.
You're right, and you look at some of the numbers, even dating back to like April 1st, and all the teams that are ahead of them, they're 6th best in ERA since that mark, and you have teams like the Yankees ahead of them, Tampa Bay, all these great teams in Major League Baseball. And to your point, it's amazing the Red Sox aren't in that group in terms of their overall record, but this is where they are. And big news today with Trevor Story hitting the IL with the groin injury, and he later talked about it was a sports hernia that is dated all the way back to spring training here. Nick Sogard, he takes his spot on the roster, but Coop, I thought it was interesting hearing Chad Tracy talk about the possibility of Marcelo Meyer going to shortstop. If this is a long-term injury for Trevor Story, how likely do you think it is we ultimately get there with Meyer, or do you think it's Monasterio and others filling that spot?
I think it's very likely, if exactly what you just said there, this is a long-term thing. How long this goes for Trevor Story and what the results of all these second opinions and third opinions that he's getting is going to dictate what the Red Sox do here. If this is a 3-week thing, and Chad Tracy said this, if this is a 3-week thing, you're going to see Monasterio, you're going to see maybe occasionally a little bit of Meyer, you're going to see Connor Falefa, you'll see maybe some Sogard, and they'll keep Meyer where he is, because there is something to be said for a guy having a comfort level at a position while he tries to learn to hit at the big league level, and I do think that there's value in that. But if we're in a situation now where they go into this and they realize that Trevor Story is going to be out for that extended timeline that you were describing, a few minutes ago, well, then I think Marcelo Meyer is going to be your shortstop. Monasterio is a good shortstop. I'm not sure he's an everyday big league shortstop, and maybe you'd be better served with mixing him in at second base and maybe some third base, depending on how the Caleb Durbin of it all unfolds. And Meyer is a major league shortstop defensively, and again, if we're talking about an 80-game sample with no Trevor Story, I think you'll see Marcelo there at some point.
As it's related to the offense overall, Coop, yesterday it didn't quite show it because it was a close game and the Sox pitched pretty well, but obviously offensively, profile-wise, these are two completely different teams. Talked about how the Braves lead the sport in runs scored. They can hit home runs. So what do you see as the key for this team tonight and tomorrow to find a way to pull out wins here against the best team in baseball?
It's about the big hit. And gosh, I'm not saying anything that you don't know, or anybody listening doesn't know, or anybody in that clubhouse doesn't know, right? Here's the thing, Joe. And this I was thinking this after the Philly series and the finale there, and I was thinking about it yesterday as you just like stare at the box score looking for answers. And They had 7 hits. They walked 4 times. There was another hit by pitch in there. They put 12 guys on in that game yesterday. They had 4 extra base hits. They doubled 3 times. They homered. You don't win every game with that offensive output, but you don't win no games with that offensive output. It's not like there isn't traffic. They put a guy on to lead off 5 of the first 6 innings last night. This is not April where it was just like nobody's on base. This is not that. They are getting traffic, but you can feel the weight of the moment, right? Of if we don't get this hit, we're never going to score. That's what it feels like to everyone playing and watching and listening. And so it does feel like if you can just find some ways to have a night where you get the big hits, and I say hits plural with the S at the end there, it could change some things because there are guys getting on base, but, if they get the big hit is a very big if.
No, without a doubt. And the guy that maybe has been the most snake-bitten from a run support standpoint has been Peyton Tolle, who's on the bump tonight for the Red Sox. It's going to be a good pitching matchup because Bryce Elder's on the other side, and he leads the NL in ERA this year. But Tolle has been excellent, 1.99 ERA across 4 starts. And Coop, you know this better than anybody because you saw him in Worcester to start the year. The 3-headed monster of hard, the sinker being added to the cutter and 4-seamer. And then, of course, he worked on the changeup and curveball. What have you thought of the results of all the work that Peyton Tolle put in to refine those pitches to add to his arsenal after showing promise last year, but obviously some room for improvement?
It's a great question. The thing that I thought was cool, and I remember watching one spring training outing of his where he was like dropping in some curveballs, and you're like, oh wow, he does that now. And you're like, well, if he did that more consistently and he did the big league level, then all of a sudden it feels like he's going to just completely and utterly take off. And that's what we're seeing. He is throwing fastballs, that 3-headed monster that you just talked about, 70% of the time. There is no other pitcher in Major League Baseball since he came up that is throwing more fastballs than Peyton Tolle. Not a single one in baseball. And that tells you a lot of things. One, it tells you that all 3 of those pitches, 4-seamer, cutter, sinker, are amazing. They're great pitches. He's better than everybody else. But also the other part of it is, on a night-to-night basis, and Atlanta is the latest example of this, they're seeing something that they don't see from other guys, right? What Peyton Tolle is doing on a day-to-day basis and start-to-start basis is very unique. And so, yeah, this is a great offense on the other side in the Atlanta Braves. It's the best offense in baseball. But Peyton Tolle is going to show them something on the mound tonight that they haven't seen all year long.
Yeah, and that 4-seamer, just looking it up, I mean, again, he's mixed in the variations, but 4 for 41, 18 strikeouts.
That'll play.
That'll play.
Absolutely play.
As it has so far through 4 starts. Hopefully it does again today. Coop, appreciate the time as always. Enjoy sunny Atlanta. Have a great call.
Joe Weil, always a joy.
All right, that is Cooper Boardman. He's on the call with Will Fleming tonight. And coming up next, Will's sit-down interview with Chad Tracy is what you're going to hear, and that's presented by your New England Ford dealers. Sox versus Braves from Atlanta. I'm Joe Weil. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
Since 1961, New Englanders have trusted one name to protect their homes and businesses: Warwick Tree Service. We blend 6 decades of experience with cutting-edge technology to handle even the most hazardous or hard-to-reach trees with surgical precision and minimal disruption. Our licensed arborists don't just remove trees, we provide the expert care and peace of mind that only comes from years in the field. Don't wait for the next storm. Visit warwicktree.com to schedule your free tree service assessment today. Warwick Tree Service. Safe, efficient, proven since 1961.
Blowing ad budget on metrics that look great till the CFO sees them? That's bull spend. And marketers are calling it out in Dashboard Confessions.
I remember telling my boss, it'll be good for the brand, when leads were slow. Yeah, it wasn't.
Cut the bull spend. LinkedIn lets you target by company, job title, and more. Advertise on LinkedIn. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a $250 credit. Go to linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When I scraped my car in that parking garage, I was worried that it could be a long process to take care of it. Like a landscaper's first day trimming a hedge maze.
I have definitely already been here. Now, was it left, right, or right, left? Well, maybe I'll cut a path out and find my way back later.
But it wasn't like that. I filed a claim in under 2 minutes on the Geico app, and they handled it from there. It was taken care of almost as quickly as it happened.
It feels good to get help quick. It feels good to Geico.
If you have a badass bank card, do you have the pink one or the black one? I've got to say, both colors look and feel like a badge of honor. It's one of those little things that actually reflects how you've moved through life. Confident, intentional, and not afraid to do things differently. And that's really what Badass Bank is about. It was created to deliver true customer service, and honestly, you feel that. It's not just talk. They show up, they support you, and they make managing money feel a lot more human. What I love most is who they're for. Badass Bank is for the everyday badasses, the people pushing through hard things, showing up for their families, rewriting their stories. Built by industry disruptors and backed by decades of banking experience, they're here to challenge the status quo and give you real control over your financial future. Badass Bank is looking for customers who expect more. So the question is, are you badass material? Consider this your invitation. Find your inner badass and visit BADASS.bank.
Member FDIC.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Jones and Keefe.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
And this is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow as the Red Sox look to bounce back from a walk-off loss to the Atlanta Braves, but a tall task with the Sox being 8 games under 500 at 18-26, and the Braves 31-14 in the campaign, up 9 games on both the Phillies and Nationals in the NL East, and their record is the best in Major League Baseball. Before every game, we interview Red Sox manager Chad Tracy, and Chad Tracy on WEEI is brought to you by your New England Ford dealers and employee pricing for all. You pay what we pay. Ford, the official vehicle of Major League Baseball, and that dirty water. And here is our very own Will Fleming with Chad Tracy.
With the manager, Chad Tracy, middle game in Atlanta. And we got to start, unfortunately, with some injury news. Trevor Story has what you're calling a sports hernia. He's on the injured list and sort of unknown where we go from here.
Yeah, obviously it's a blow. I mean, it's, over the last handful of days for him with different doctors finding out more information with the discomfort. And so you got to do that. And, they're still gathering it for Trevor with our doctors, his doctors, different opinions, gathering more information to see exactly where they're going to go with it. So, yeah, difficult news, but, we get Sogi here, and like I said before, there's been enough blows over the last couple of weeks where you got to keep pushing forward.
We will talk about Nick in a moment, but just from a leadership standpoint, Trevor really is kind of the guy who drives the train in the clubhouse. If he's got to go away and get a lot of different medical opinions and not be with the club, how does that impact just the overall culture in there?
He's a pro's pro. Like you said, he's accountable. He's not afraid to stand in front of the camera and talk for the team at the end of a game, and those things matter. And he stands right there and does all that. So like he's admired in our locker room. The players love him, and he's a leader. So that part of it hurts, knowing that he's got to get this thing squared away, and we're hopeful it's not long, But you're not wrong about what he means to our team.
Last night, another frustrating road extra innings loss. This has been going on for a few years now, Chad, where we all know it's so important on the road to get at least one run in. You're not able to do that. Is there any thought? I know what the numbers say about you got to shoot the works, try to score 2 on the road. One is not enough. Is there any consideration about trying to find any way to push across just one?
There's sure. If we're not thinking about that and going through that, we're not doing our job. You think about, should we bunt here? Knowing where they're at, it's just you got to weigh everything. This is where they're at in their lineup with all those hitters coming up, and it feels like they get to start with a guy in second. Like if we can shoot a hole and go first to third and put ourselves in position to go for 2 runs, you have to think about that depending on where they're at in their lineup. So particularly when you've kind of gone through and your pen is short and you've used Chappie, and do you have a guy coming in for you that you feel like can strike 3 people out, or is the ball going to be in play? Like all that stuff comes into play and matters.
Speaking of bunting, there have been 2 or 3 times in the last week or so when Caleb comes up, nobody out, runner in scoring position, and he has chosen not to bunt and has not sort of even made productive outs. Is that something you guys might lean into a little bit more, especially at the bottom of the order?
Yeah, we did it last week with him. He laid down a nice bunt. It's all score dependent, there's different spots. Him yesterday in the 6th, you're down by 2 runs and you're creeping very close to Suarez and Iglesias. So do you want to play for, you're down by 2, let's play for 1 to get 2-1 and go against one of the best back end of the bullpen that are in the league? Or do you try to get the hit and get the game tied? So you got to consider you are doing that, and it's absolutely a play. And I love those plays even when you're winning and you tack on a run, or you can get a game tied. But you have to consider any of those things. You are giving away an out, and you are doing that, and you are playing for 1 run. That is what the sacrifice bunt is. So you have to consider the score and who they have available to pitch the rest of the game, and take your shots against the middle part of the bullpen.
One of the best things about Connolly is his competitiveness. Yeah. And when you told him it was done for the night, he did not look happy. Yeah. What was that conversation?
He just fighting to stay in. Yeah. He wants to stay in the game like most pitchers do. You want that. So just, kind of the begging, like, oh, let me go back out. But it's he knows the gig. He's climbing to the mid-80s. Weisert's lined up perfectly for Riley, and you also know Connolly's going to throw on a 5-day next week. So he did his part. He threw the ball well.
And he made the team out of camp rather than sort of waiting a little bit. He's still young in his development. Is the big picture trying to protect that young arm part of that analysis too?
Somewhat, but I think it's not. We've pushed him. We pushed him in Baltimore the first day here. It's more about where is the game at currently? Who's coming up? Did he do his part? Are you just sending him back out there for 8 pitches? If there's a 5-day coming up versus a 6-day. A lot of factors come into play, and then when you look at the whole thing and say this guy did his job, it's time for the bullpen to do their job, which they did exceptionally well last night.
Life of a reliever can be up and down. Samaniego had a brilliant start to the season, now a couple in a row where 1 pitch just kind of gets him. Is that something you discuss with him?
No, I think he knows how well he's done, and he also knows he's been given a chance at a couple high leverage spots. That one last night is not easy. You get handed the ball with a runner in scoring position you didn't even let out there, and you got to be very, very sharp. Because sometimes it's just a hook ground ball and a fly ball and the run's in. Yeah. So those are not easy spots to pitch in. But he knows that. He's done a nice job.
Nick Sogard comes up, and every time he's been with us, Chad, he's been fabulous. You can put him anywhere defensively. He has kind of a clutch gene. You've spent a lot of time with Nick. Tell us what you love about him.
Yeah, I've had him for all parts of every single of my seasons as a Red Sox, up and down, the first couple of years just in Worcester, and then the last few seasons up and down to the big leagues. Your points, what you said is perfect. Can play third, can play short, second, first, can pop into the outfield if you need him to, if you make moves late, can hit from both sides of the plate. And he can give you a competitive at-bat. That's a very useful player as you make moves throughout the game to have, and he makes a lot of contact and doesn't strike out a ton. And so
he gives us a very versatile player to have here with us. You talked a lot about swing decisions recently.
Yeah.
Cedon continues to make more and more good ones. It's amazing, Chad, just watching year over year and really kind of week to week, these 1-1 sliders that are just off that he's taking for balls. Don't you think there's real progress being made?
I think for sure. You see it with your eyes. We all can watch the game, and those of us that have watched him over the last 3 years, you see it. And then you can go look it up. It's 8 or 9% better. That's a significant amount better as far as not chasing out of the zone. And we all know what he can do when he swings at strikes. So he's made big strides in that, and he's got to carry it through the year.
Speaking of swinging at a strike, Marcelo got that one last night. I mean, that was a big-time swing for your club. What have you seen in terms of his offensive development?
He's still working through it. I think if Marcelo would tell you he's not where he wants to be yet. He has certainly taken some good at-bats the last couple weeks, but I don't think he is fully where he wants to be. That swing last night was huge, but he has the ability to do more of that when he's right. So, he's still, timing of the changeup and different things like that. But, he's still working towards it. But I've been pleased with the at-bats he's put up in the couple weeks I've been here.
And so an opportunity for Monasterio with Trevor down on the IL. But is it more kind of Falefa out there, too? How are you going to kind of fill those innings at shortstop?
I think the important thing is right now we get bats in the lineup. We get guys in there. Mona's been taking great at-bats. So, that's easy today. He needs to be in there with the at-bats he's taken over the last few days. And the good thing is we have multiple guys that can play the position. And there'll be days where we need to move the lineup around based on matchups. But right now it's important that we get bats in the lineup.
Chad, the hardest thing for any manager in baseball is to get great, consistent starting pitching. Yeah. You've had that. I mean, we're on a 10-day stretch of epic starting pitching. Yeah. Does it frustrate you? With almost average offense, you'd be 9-1 over these 10.
It's frustrating. Yeah. If I said no to that, yes, it's for not just for me but for them too. We all look and know what's happening, and losing games is not fun. Losing games 2-1, 3-2, it's a gut punch on a nightly basis, and these guys know that. That being said, when you look at it as a whole, it's we have two of these phases pretty well in hand. We're playing very good defense and we're pitching the crap out of it, which is a good thing. So it gives our group hope, knowing if we can get this offense going and these guys keep pitching this way, we got a chance to go on a run. But yes, it's definitely not fun to lose, and it's frustrating to lose in that manner for sure.
And you're doing all of it without your ace, and yet he had a big step forward today, didn't he?
Yeah, he threw a 35-pitch side today and came out of it feeling good. So we keep taking steps there, and probably in line for an up-down side sometime early next week as the next step, and we'll keep taking steps forward with him.
It's so fun to watch you have your first sort of tour through the big leagues. This place is really cool, Atlanta, and they just put on a show here when the relievers come in, the spotlights, the tomahawk chop. What was your first experience like here in the dugout in Atlanta?
Just coming out and looking at it. It's not that old of a ballpark, obviously, but when you just come out and step and see how high it is, it is a very, very well laid out, very cool ballpark with the skyline in the background. Pretty cool place. And then the tomahawk thing in the 6th, 7th inning when everything turned red, that was cool. So I've enjoyed coming. I hadn't been here before. I've enjoyed coming here.
And lastly, your bullpen has had to work a lot. I mean, you've had great starts. They have not been that long. Yeah. How about Peyton today? Which I know the answer is you'd like to push him a little bit. How available is he to give you length today?
If he's going, he's available for it. I mean, we've had him lined up where most of the starts coming up are on a 6th day. So if he's going good, we're always watching fatigue. We're watching how the outing's going and if it's better to make a move or not. But if he's going good, he has the ability to do so. And you're right, we're still monitoring certain guys in the bullpen and how much we're using them. But hopefully Tolles can go out there and give us a good one.
We appreciate it, Chad. Good luck.
Thanks, Will.
All right, that is Will Fleming with Red Sox manager Chad Tracy. A couple more nuggets for you. The Red Sox are hopeful Roman Anthony can swing a bat Monday in Kansas City. And Garrett Crochet, he threw a 35-pitch bullpen today and will throw a longer side session Wednesday in Kansas City. So some good signs for two guys that are so important to this ball club and are out right now. Obviously, the Red Sox could use both of them as they try to climb back toward 500 right now at 18-26 in the campaign and just trying to win this middle match of a 3-game set against the Atlanta Braves. You can watch the Red Sox pregame show on Twitch. Just follow WEEI, brought to you by Subaru of New England. Let love bloom in a 2026 Subaru. Find yours at Subaru of New England. SubaruNewEngland.com. Coming up next, we'll get you today's starting lineups, the lock of the game, and a Subaru of New England scoreboard update as we continue to climb closer and closer to first pitch at 7:15. I'm Joe Wild. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
Since 1961, New Englanders have trusted one name to protect their homes and businesses: Warwick Tree Service. We blend 6 decades of experience with cutting-edge technology to handle even the most hazardous or hard-to-reach trees with surgical precision and minimal disruption. Our licensed arborists don't just remove trees, we provide the expert care and peace of mind that only comes from years in the field. Don't wait for the next storm. Visit warwicktree.com to schedule your free tree service assessment today. Warwick Tree Service. Safe, efficient, proven since 1961.
Blowing ad budget on metrics that look great till the CFO sees them? That's bull spend. And marketers are calling it out in Dashboard Confessions.
I remember telling my boss, it'll be good for the brand, when leads were slow. Yeah, it wasn't.
Cut the bull spend. LinkedIn lets you target by company, job title, and more. Advertise on LinkedIn. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a $250 credit. Go to linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When I damaged my car, I was worried it could be a long process to take care of it, like a landscaper's first day trimming a hedge maze.
I've definitely already been here.
But the Geico app let me file a claim in under 2 minutes.
It feels good to get help quick. It feels good to Geico.
If you have a badass bank card, do you have the pink one or the black one? I've got to say, both colors look and feel like a badge of honor. It's one of those little things that actually reflects how you've moved through life. Confident, intentional, and not afraid to do things differently. And that's really what Badass Bank is about. It was created to deliver true customer service, and honestly, you feel that. It's not just talk. They show up, they support you, and they make managing money feel a lot more human. What I love most is who they're for. Badass Bank is for the everyday badasses, the people pushing through hard things, showing up for their families, rewriting their stories. Built by industry disruptors and backed by decades of banking experience, they're here to challenge the status quo and give you real control over your financial future. Badass Bank is looking for customers who expect more. So the question is, are you badass material? Consider this your invitation. Find your inner badass and visit BADASS.bank.
Member FDIC.
I'm Brian. I work at United Healthcare.
So, Brian, why do you care?
I care because I don't want to leave anybody behind. I oversee one of the biggest resource centers in United Healthcare. I see people walk in my office every day, just like my parents. They have no idea about the healthcare. I feel like they are my uncles, aunties. I treat these people like family. I'm Brian, and I'm committed to care.
During Memorial Day at Lowe's, shop household must-haves for less. Save $80 on a Charbroil Performance Series 4-burner grill to chef up something special. Plus, get up to 45% off select major appliances to keep things fresh. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 5/27. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for details.
Visit your nearby Lowe's on Greenwich Avenue in Warwick.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
More Boston sports opinion, more often. Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
We're about 20 minutes out from first pitch. Sox versus Braves out at Truist Park. Joe Weil with you inside the WEEI Red Sox studios, and this is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. And before we go any further, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification along the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Time now for today's starting lineups, brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. So let's meet tonight's players. Here's the 9 for the Red Sox: Jarren Duran in left field, followed by Mickey Gasper, who's doing the catching today. Wilyer Abreu's out in right. Wilson Contreras is at first. Masataka Yoshida, the DH. Cedar Rafael is in center field, followed by Marcelo Meyer, who, of course, homered last night. He's at second base. Andrew Monasterio is the shortstop, batting eighth, and then Caleb Durbin rounds out the 9 as the third baseman, with Peyton Tolley on the bump for the Sox. Drake Baldwin, he leads things off. He's the DH. Ozzie Albies bats second. He's at second. Matt Olson batting third and at first. Austin Riley, he cleans things up. He's the third baseman. Mauricio Dubon, he bats fifth. He's in left. Michael Harris is second in center. Ha-Sung Kim, the shortstop. Sandy Leon, the catcher. And Jose Azokar rounds out the 9. He's in right field with Bryce Elder on the bump for the Braves in this one. Time now for today's lock of the game, presented by Interlock Metal Roofing. Visit NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com and never re-roof again. I'm going with Andrew Monasterio, notching at least one hit today. He's got a 5-game hitting streak entering action today, 7 for 20 in that span. He'll start to get some more run, at least in the immediate future. You'd figure at shortstop with Trevor Story hitting the IL. So I'm going with Monasterio getting at least one knock in today's ball game. It's time now for a Subaru of New England scoreboard update. Let love bloom in a 2026 Subaru. Find yours at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Take a look at the finals quickly. Blue Jays a 2-1 winner over the Tigers in 10 innings in Detroit. The Cardinals a 4-2 winner over the Royals in St. Louis. Rockies take down the D-backs by the same score, 4-2. And the Phillies are all the way back to 500 with a 6-0 win over the Pirates in Pittsburgh, with Christopher Sanchez notching a complete game shutout. You've been listening to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Big thank you to Zach Coe. I'm Joe Weil. Hang tight. Red Sox versus Braves with Will Fleming and Cooper Boardman on the call is coming up next on the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
You've been listening to the Mass Mutual Red Sox pregame show. Mass Mutual. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. The Red Sox are coming up next on the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
At Job Lot, our stores are packed with all your summer needs. Brand name swimsuits for a third of what you'd expect to pay. Men's and ladies' shorts, hats, printed t-shirts, and brand name golf wear at 80% savings. 30 choices of fans, window and portable air conditioners, 30 choices of solar lights. Save on all your favorite sun care brands and an excellent selection of bug control products. Gazebos and patio umbrellas to shield you from the sun. Outdoor patio furniture sets, plus kayaks if you choose to have fun. The selection is extraordinary at Ocean State Job Lot, the home of crazy deals.
Since 1961, New Englanders have trusted one name to protect their homes and businesses: Warwick Tree Service. We blend 6 decades of experience with cutting-edge technology to handle even the most hazardous or hard-to-reach trees with surgical precision and minimal disruption. Our licensed arborists don't just remove trees, we provide the expert care and peace of mind that only comes from years in the field. Don't wait for the next storm. Visit warwicktree.com to schedule your free tree service assessment today. Warwick Tree Service. Safe, efficient, proven since 1961.
Blowing ad budget on metrics that look great till the CFO sees them? That's bull spend. And marketers are calling it out in Dashboard Confessions.
I remember telling my boss, it'll be good for the brand, when leads were slow. Yeah, it wasn't.
Cut the bull spend. LinkedIn lets you target by company, job title, and more. Advertise on LinkedIn. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a $250 credit. Go to linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Create a space you can't wait to be in. It all starts at Frank Webb Home. With personal service and expert guidance at our local showrooms, we can help you find the bath, kitchen, and lighting solutions you need to enhance your space. With more selection and more expertise. Personal service to help you find your personal style. Visit frankweb.com to schedule a free consultation in one of our 48 showrooms across the Northeast. Make yourself at home at Frank Webb Home.
We all do it. You have a night for yourself but don't like the sound of the silence, so you turn on the TV just for the ambience. It's a little trick that helps you feel like you've got company and aren't alone. And other insurers, well, they may make you feel alone. But when you switch to Geico, you've got claims reps available around the clock. So whenever you need, you'll have people around to help. And let's turn on the washing machine, just for good measure. Isn't that soothing?
It feels good to have support. It feels good to Geico.
Discover top-rated stays loved by guests. Rated highest by real guests through authentic reviews. Vrbo. Book a vacation rental loved by guests.
You know what you can trust? The protection you get when you bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive. You know what you can't trust? Everything else, apparently. Like when you saw that article that said that thing you eat every day is a superfood and great for your gut health. But then 30 seconds later, a different article warns you to avoid it and it's taking years off your life. Well, which is it? Kind of a big difference there. Anyway, bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive for reliable coverage in a reliably unreliable world. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Having health insurance is a must-have, and the Massachusetts Health Connector has a power-packed lineup in Connect-to-Care plans that delivers. At the top of the order, lower premiums make monthly costs affordable. The middle of the lineup is packed with low copays and no deductibles, so you can save money on everything, from an urgent ER trip to managing chronic disease like diabetes and hypertension through no-cost prescriptions. Round out the order access to Connect-to-Care plans now at mahealthconnector.org, and you have a winning team with you and the Massachusetts Health Connector.
Hi, I'm Mike.
And I'm Mark, the owners of Reliable Fence, New England's leading fencing company. Our high-quality fences protect and beautify your property, and always at a fair price.
And right now, you can save big with our annual Spring into Savings sale, where you'll save 20%. Just go to reliablefencing.com. That's reliable, FENCING.com for the best fence around.
If you're in the market for Michelin tires, get to Town Fair Tire and get them at the guaranteed lowest price. With Michelin's innovative technologies designed for durability and performance, you can trust you're getting high-quality tires over all the toughest of road conditions. Plus, at Town Fair, you get free services for life. So, if you're looking for the best deal on Michelin tires, get to Town Fair. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire. This is Red Sox baseball.
Can you believe it?
On the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
It is gone! Say done! Say good night! Swing and a miss, strike three, it's over! And the Red Sox win! Jump on his back, fellas, the Red Sox win!
The Red Sox on WEEI are brought to you by Shaws and Star Market, the official supermarket of the Red Sox Radio Network. Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Subaru of New England. Don't miss the Subaru of New England A Lot to Love event.
23-year-old Clay Buchholz has no-hit the Baltimore Orioles.
Nissan. Shop your local Nissan store and NissanUSA.com. Drains by James. Eastern Mass's choice for drain cleaning and pipelining. Arbella. Here for good. By Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today. Morgan & Morgan. America's largest injury law firm. Ford Trucks. Official truck of the Boston Red Sox. Sponsored by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. 110 Grill. Visit any of their 33 locations all throughout New England. McFarland Energy, the region's most dependable provider of home heating oil delivery, as well as expert HVAC services.
Way back by the wall! Off the wall, the Red Sox win!
Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers, Boston's go-to injury attorney for over 30 years. TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit timbertech.com. Dig Safe. Click digsafe.com or call 811 before you dig.
Way back! Grand Slam!
Interlock Metal Roofing. Visit NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com and never re-roof again. North Shore Adult Diapers. For even the heaviest control problems, visit NorthShore.com. Veterinary Emergency Group. Sponsored by Veg. ER for Pets. The official emergency veterinarian group of Red Sox Radio. Now, with all the play-by-play action, here's Will Fleming and Cooper Boardman.
Good evening and welcome to Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia on a warm and summery night. The Red Sox play the middle game of a three-game series with the red-hot Atlanta Braves. Tonight, the Red Sox hand the baseball to Peyton Tolley, and he'll be opposed by a guy who's having a stunningly great season. On the other side, Bryce Elder, best earned run average in the National League, as the Braves, winners of 5 of 6, come into play today, 31-14. Sox have lost 5 of their last 7, and they begin the day 8 games below 500. So the Red Sox trying to turn things around a little bit. Bad injury news today. Trevor Story goes on the injured list with a sports hernia. Nick Sogard joins the team. He's been so versatile and useful in his time with the Red Sox. So maybe trying to spark a little something here tonight. Along with Cooper Boardman, Will Fleming, the Red Sox lose in sort of heartbreaking fashion last night despite a game-tying home run from Marcelo Meyer. 10th inning loss at the hands of who else but Mike Yastrzemski. And Carl's grandson got the Braves off to a roaring start in this series. Cooper, it's the same story every single night. The Red Sox now for 10 games, their starting pitchers have been brilliant. An ERA south of 1.5, and they've only won 5 of those games. It's just over and over again with even average offense, the Red Sox would be putting themselves in a great position to make a run. And without Story, you see what happens. Monasterio's going to get a lot of run out there at shortstop. He's been hot, but the Red Sox just simply have to find a way to score more runs.
No question about it, Will. And we had this conversation in the pregame show with Joe Weil. The Red Sox pitching, to your point, has not just been like, oh, good or good for a short stretch or had a couple of nice starts. The Red Sox have been, by and large, the best pitching staff, both on the starting and really when you factor in reliever ERA, the best in baseball. Not the Dodgers, not the Yankees, not anybody else. The Red Sox over these last 2 weeks. And it goes both ways. Yeah, there's the negative of it. And look, the offense doesn't have to do much. It just has to do more than it's done. But you feel like every time you begin a baseball game, the guy on the mound is going to give you a chance to win. And it's time, hopefully starting tonight, that they take that chance.
Bullpen is a little bit thin. I mean, Chapman threw last night, Whitlock back-to-back before that, so they really would like Peyton to go deep into this game. We'll see how it all unfolds against one of the great offenses in all of baseball. Before we get you the lineups and set the scene, time now for our national anthem, which as always is brought to you by Ace Ticket. Proud to be the hottest and best ticket provider in all of Boston sports. Visit aceticket.com or 1-800-ACE-TICKET. Red Sox and the Braves, time now on Armed Services Day for our Star-Spangled Banner.
Were so gallantly streaming
Sergeant First Class Christina Owens of the 116th Army Band. Tonight's national anthem, it was a spectacle beyond human belief before the game at Truist Park. They had parachuters on their way in from the United States Army. They had all 6 branches of the military represented, adorning the diamond. Both teams stood on the first and third base lines like it was opening day of the first home game of a postseason series. And there is a buzz in this place, though it seems there always is a buzz in this place, especially on a Saturday night as the Red Sox try to split the first 2 games against the best team in baseball in the Atlanta Braves. Let's get you the Morgan & Morgan starting lineups, brought to you by America's largest injury law firm. For the Red Sox, Jarren Duran stays in the leadoff spot. He was on twice yesterday, walking a hit by pitch. He is the left fielder. Mickey Gasper just keeps on taking hold of that 2 spot in the lineup since he came up, and you get it. He's 7 for 17 to start his major league season. He's a catcher tonight. Narvaez has caught the last 2 games. Connor Wong probably could have caught an emergency as he works his way back from the fall that he took at Fenway, but for the moment, probably makes a little bit more sense. So Gasper's going to catch for the second time this season. He catches a guy that he's seen at AAA plenty in Peyton Tolley. Wilyer Abreu, .302 batting average. The right fielder bats third. He's followed by Wilson Contreras, who's in a little bit of a slump, 2 for his last 18. He is the first baseman batting cleanup. Masataka Yoshida gets a start, the designated hitter. He's followed by Cedon Rafaela, the center fielder, who's on 3 more times yesterday. A double, a stolen base, a single, and continues to put together what has been by far the best season so far of his major league career. Marcelo Meyer had what we hoped would be a heroic swing last night, the home run in the 7th inning to tie the game. He bats 7th and plays second. Andrew Monasterio is the shortstop in the absence of Trevor Story, like Will told you about, and Caleb Durbin bats 9th and plays third base to finish off the Red Sox lineup. For the Atlanta Braves, they are 31-14, the best record in Major League Baseball. Drake Baldwin greeted us with a home run 2 batters into the bottom of the first inning yesterday. He is back in there as the DH, and he leads off. Ozzie Albies, the second baseman, bats second, followed by the Major League leader in doubles, Matt Olson. 15 of them, he bats third and plays first base. Austin Riley hits cleanup and plays third. Mauricio Dubon, the left fielder, bats fifth. Michael Harris, the second, the center fielder, bats sixth. Ha-Seong Kim is the shortstop, batting seventh. Sandy Leon, the catcher, the World Series champion, batting eighth. And Jose Azocar is the right fielder, batting ninth, with Bryce Elder on the mound, who walks out of the first base side dugout in a powder blue jersey with a 1.81 ERA, the best in the National League. Those are your starting lineups, brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Tonight's injury report brought to you by CVS. CVS knows that where you get your medicine matters, and that's why CVS is by your side right when you need them the most. Welcome to CVS, the official pharmacy of the Boston Red Sox. As Will told you, Trevor Story hits the IL today, and facing what really could be a long absence from the Red Sox lineup with a sports hernia. It's soreness that he's been dealing with. He's gotten one opinion, and now he'll get a few more. So there's not really necessarily a specific timeline of how long he's going to be out. There's a good shot that it could be a 6 to 10 week absence. If they go the surgery route, there's also a chance that maybe if they feel like it could heal faster, that it would be just a few weeks. But Story is on the IL, and Nick Sogard has been called up for the first time this year from AAA Worcester. Today's Mafre feeling brought to you by Mafre. Got a good feeling about Cedon, who doubled yesterday. Peace of mind, that's the Mafre feeling. Visit MafreInsurance.com. Another packed house, 40,000 plus at Truist Park in Atlanta. Red Sox fell in walk-off fashion last night to these Braves. Right-hander Bryce Elder in the light blue jersey and white pants with camo hat. Jarren Duran and the Red Sox wearing the road grays with camo socks here tonight. Duran ready for the play-by-play. It's Will Fleming.
Thanks so much, Coop. Wonderful to be with you again as Duran swings and misses, and we're underway. 7:16 p.m. 82 degrees. Time of temp brought to you by Plymouth Rock. It is a delightful night in Atlanta. The 0-1 is popped up. Foul of third. Back on it goes Riley. It's over the Red Sox dugout and into the seats. And just like that, 0-2. Elder, just a remarkable season. Had a brilliant outing last time against the L.A. Dodgers. Coop gave you the numbers. Just eye-poppingly great. 1.81 ERA. In 54 and 2/3 innings. Duran is 0 for his last 17. 0-2 is ripped down the right field line. This is extra bases for Jaron. It one-hops the wall. Duran tears around first. He heads for second, and he'll put the brakes on as Sokar picks it up off the warning track. So Duran, a little spark plug to start things off in the top of the first.
Very nice. Slider inner half. Remember, he's been getting breaking balled to death by everybody. Curveballs and sliders. He just pulled the hands in, and the only way to make them stop throwing you pitches like that is to do what he just did.
Gasper, the ghost, digs in. Mickey Gasper's been awesome. 7 for 17 in the big leagues. Love this setup right here. The pitch is a ground ball up the middle. Duran back to the second base bag. Shortstop Kim throws to first. That is not what the Red Sox were looking for at all. Mickey swings at the first pitch, so an unproductive at bat. And Duran stays at second with one down.
Joe Weil asked the question in the pregame show of how do you, what's got to change? And it's that, right? It's the second guy up with a guy on second has to get him to third. Has to.
So here's Wilyer Abreu. The pitch is swung on a miss. Big fastball. And it's 0-1. Wilyer comes in 3-0-2 with 6 homers and 19 driven in. Leadoff double, but then a ground out. Bryce Elder throws, and Wilyer drives one high and foul. And out of play down the left field side. Elder, Texas man, picked in the 5th round, the final round of the 2020 draft. Spent his whole big league career with these Braves, and man, has he made a star turn. Best ERA in the National League. Abreu in an 0-2 hole. Duran leading at second. Here's the pitch. And it is ripped down the left field line, foul. That kind of swing usually is encouraging for Abreu. We'll see if he gets something softer here, but when he thinks the other way, as he so often has this year, good things happen. He's coming off an 0 for 4 last night. It's 16 multi-hit games this season for Abreu. 0-2. Here's the pitch, and it's taken for a ball. He did check his swing. Auto and home insurance made for Boston sports fans. PlymouthRock.com/Red Sox. 1-2 to Wilyer. Overcast but beautiful in Atlanta. The pitch is fouled off again. Wilyer's really battling here. Nice job by him. Nick Lentz is the home plate umpire. Hunter Wendelstedt at first. Edwin Moscoso at second, and Vic Carapazza at third. Left-handed hitters are batting $130 against this right-handed pitcher. Amazing. 1-2. Outside. Really good take, and it's 2-2. He throws a lot of sliders. Bryce Elder does. Change-up, four-seam fastball. Wilson Contreras is out on deck. 2-2 to Wilyer. Pitch is swung on and missed. He got him. There was that great slider, and after a leadoff double, they're now 2 down.
In a world where the changeup and the splitter are sexy in baseball right now, everybody's throwing those kinds of pitches. Red Sox throwing a lot of cutters. The Braves have leaned into that pitch, the slider, which has kind of been phased out a little bit over the last few years.
Red Sox will miss Chris Sale, who pitched a couple days ago. It's been fun to catch up with him again. He has really turned his career around here in Atlanta. Here's Wilson Contreras. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Don't want to waste a leadoff double, the Red Sox. Olsen at first, Albies at second. Kim, the shortstop, with Austin Riley at third. 0-1 to Contreras. The pitch is a strike on the bottom of the zone. He's filling it up, is Elder, and it's just again 0-2.
It's not fair because Contreras has been awesome, but this is an offense right now that can't really afford for him to be 2 for his last 18.
0-2. Pitch is swung on and missed. He struck him out. Leadoff double goes nowhere. Elder blows the Red Sox away after the first hitter. We go to the bottom of the first. Peyton Tolley Feels like he's got to be just about perfect tonight on the Shaws and Star Market, WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Since 1961, New Englanders have trusted one name to protect their homes and businesses: Warwick Tree Service. We blend 6 decades of experience with cutting-edge technology to handle even the most hazardous or hard-to-reach trees with surgical precision and minimal disruption. Our licensed arborists don't just remove trees, we provide the expert care and peace of mind that only comes from years in the field. Don't wait for the next storm. Visit warwicktree.com to schedule your free tree service assessment today. Warwick Tree Service. Safe, efficient, proven since 1961.
Blowing ad budget on metrics that look great till the CFO sees them. That's bull spend. And marketers are calling it out in Dashboard Confessions.
I remember telling my boss, it'll be good for the brand, when leads were slow. Yeah, it wasn't.
Cut the bull spend. LinkedIn lets you target by company, job title, and more. Advertise on LinkedIn. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a $250 credit. Go to linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When I got a new car, I thought my insurance premium would increase and empty my bank account. Like if a tween won the lottery.
I've invested most of my winnings in chicken tenders because they're bomb. But bro, I bought a house and it's sick, bro. I'm thinking the floor is gonna be all trampoline, bro, with a helipad on the roof. The contractor said it's structurally unsound, but they're just being babies.
But switching to Geico saved me hundreds, so my bank account is safe.
It feels good to save some hard-earned cash. It feels good to Geico.
Hi, this is Peyton Tolley. You're listening to the home of the Red Sox on WEEI.
Peyton Tolley is on the mound, and the first pitch to Drake Baldwin is a beauty. Fastball on the outside corner. And we're underway with the big, strong left-hander making his 5th start. 1-2 with a 1.99 ERA. The pitch is skied into center field. Cedon races after it. Onto the warning track. He looks up, and it's gone. Leadoff homer for Drake Baldwin, the emerging superstar, and it's 1-0 Braves. Two nights in a row.
Yeah, I mean, last night, he's the second batter of the game. And he goes dead center. They moved him up one spot in the lineup.
Ouch. So, 1 hitter, 1 run. The Red Sox waste a leadoff double. And again, these starting pitchers got to feel like they have to be perfect these days. Here's Albies from the right side. He takes fastball up and away. It's only the 3rd home run that Peyton has allowed this season. Last time out, 3 runs, only one of them earned over 5 innings against Tampa Bay. And Drake Baldwin now with 13 homers. Ridiculous. A pitch misses outside to Albies, and it's 2-0. This Atlanta franchise, for whatever reason, for years and years, has just found young talent. Here's another shot. Deep to left field. Duran is back at the track. He leaps at the wall, and he makes the play. Albies just missed that one. A loud first out. I mean, it goes back to Andrew Jones and Chipper Jones, but Acuna, they just mint star, young, talented players who make immediate impacts here in Atlanta. Here's one of their veterans, Matt Olson. 1-0 Braves with 1 down in the first. The pitch is high in the air into left field, right at Duran. He's camped out underneath it. He's there to make the play. And they're 2 down. Contreras at first, Meyer at second, Monasterio the shortstop with Story on the IL with Durbin at third, Cedon in center, Willier in right. And Durant is in left field. He's been busy. Defensive alignment brought to you by James Hardy. Hardy Siding, America's #1 brand of siding. Tolley now facing Austin Riley, right-handed slugger. Misses with a fastball, and it's 1-0. Peyton's already got the full lather going in that military green cap, the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Now that was a great changeup. Inside corner to Riley, and it's 1-1.
Feels like those pitches, change up and curve, it doesn't throw a lot, are going to be important because they are sitting fastball early.
Yeah, and they're swinging early. 1-1 is a strike on the inside corner. 97, and it is 1-2. The numbers are just mind-blowing for the Red Sox lately. Their starting pitching has just been superlative. 1-2 is strike three called on the outside corner. Good bounce back there by Tolley. The Braves get a leadoff homer, but Peyton settles in. We go to the second inning. Peyton laughing coming off the mound. 1-0 Braves of the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Since 1961, New Englanders have trusted one name to protect their homes and businesses: Warwick Tree Service. We blend 6 decades of experience with cutting-edge technology to handle even the most hazardous or hard-to-reach trees with surgical precision and minimal disruption. Our licensed arborists don't just remove trees, we provide the expert care and peace of mind that only comes from years in the field. Don't wait for the next storm. Visit warwicktree.com to schedule your free tree service assessment today. Warwick Tree Service. Safe, efficient, proven since 1961.
Blowing ad budget on metrics that look great till the CFO sees them. That's bull spend. And marketers are calling it out in Dashboard Confessions.
I remember telling my boss, it'll be good for the brand, when leads were slow. Yeah, it wasn't.
Cut the bull spend. LinkedIn lets you target by company, job title, and more. Advertise on LinkedIn. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a $250 credit. Go to linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Christian Arcan Show, weekday afternoons starting at 6. Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Masataka Yoshida to lead it off as we go to the top of the second inning. Red Sox trail 1-0. After just the first inning here in Atlanta. Bryce Elder into the line. He throws, and Massa takes a fastball high for ball one. Yoshida comes in. 270, still looking for his first home run. Slugging only .324, but he's been an on-base machine. 1-0 is outside. 2-0. Yoshida, Cedon, and Meyer for the Red Sox in the top of this second inning. Elder quickly into the wind. The 2-0 pitch is a ball. Up and away. First pitch by Elder, brought to you by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers. Boston's go-to injury attorney for over 30 years. He's been hurt in a car or work accident. Got to get Glassman all sevens after 6-1-7. And Massa takes a strike on the outside corner. Their last 4 games, the Red Sox have scored 7 total runs. The pitching staff has allowed 2 or fewer earned runs in 6 straight. 3-1 is a strike that's borderline. Massa is going to try to challenge. I thought he waited a little long, but they will allow it here. And I don't know if he's going to get this one right. I don't think he is.
This is called a ball. Hitter is challenging.
It's the second inning. The bases are empty, and I think he's going to lose this challenge. He is. It's a strike by a lot.
Ball confirmed. Boston has 1 challenge remaining.
And again, not to be a broken record, the Red Sox are horrible at ABS. Horrible. It has to change. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Yoshida. Here's the pitch, and it's foul. Look out, Cedon in the on-deck area. In the second inning, with the bases empty, if you challenge 3-1, it better be out of the zone by 4 inches.
Yeah, it certainly shouldn't be a full baseball in the zone.
3-2. Massa bloops it. Foul on the third base side. Listen, there are a lot of situations where you can challenge. Most of the time, you want to wait late, high leverage, guys on base. Early on, it has to be egregious. 3-2 is a fly ball into shallow center field. Coming on is Harris. Out goes the shortstop, Kim. And he's there to make the play. So down and out and a challenge. That's awful for the Red Sox. 1 away.
You just, having talked with so many guys at AAA about it, you challenge well when you feel like you're going well at the plate. And so when you think about it in that context, it makes perfect sense why the Red Sox have struggled challenging.
pressing a little bit. But it's just, it can't happen. 1-0 Braves with Cedon at the plate. Comes in at 284. He drives one into right field, but it hangs up. Azokar over to his left very quickly there to make the play. And just like that, 2 down. Second inning brought to you by Mvutra. Ask your doctor about Mvutra and visit mvutra.com. We'll bring up Marcelo Meyer to the tunes of Halloween. After his game-tying home run, he was kind of the Grim Reaper last night, but Red Sox fell in 10, 3-2. 2 very quick outs. Here's Marcelo, pitch. Outside, Chad Tracy told me before the game, Marcelo's still fighting it offensively. In between a little bit. Hoping that'll be a big-time building block for him, that one swing last night. 1-0 is a hard ground ball. Caught at second on one hop by Albies. He throws to first in time, and very quickly the Sox are retired. 7th batter brought to you by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers. Hurt in a car or work accident, you got to get Glassman. 1-0 Braves. Peyton Tolley back to the mound after this in the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Since 1961, New Englanders have trusted one name to protect their homes and businesses: Warwick Tree Service. We blend 6 decades of experience with cutting-edge technology to handle even the most hazardous or hard-to-reach trees with surgical precision and minimal disruption. Our licensed arborists don't just remove trees, we provide the expert care and peace of mind that only comes from years in the field. Don't wait for the next storm. Visit warwicktree.com to schedule your free tree service assessment today. Warwick Tree Service. Safe, efficient, proven since 1961.
Blowing ad budget on metrics that look great till the CFO sees them. That's bull spend. And marketers are calling it out in Dashboard Confessions.
I remember telling my boss, it'll be good for the brand, when leads were slow. Yeah, it wasn't.
Cut the bull spend. LinkedIn lets you target by company, job title, and more. Advertise on LinkedIn. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a $250 credit. Go to linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
With Geico, you can use the app to easily manage all your policies in one place, so you'll always know where to find everything. It's like instantly locating your car in a massive store parking lot. I found you, you cheeky rascal.
It feels good to find what you're looking for. It feels good to Geico.
Want to listen to WEEI on the go? Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
First pitch at the bottom of the second is fly to right. Wilyer Abreu gently back to his left. He's there on the track to make the play. Everybody's got reservations in the battery after the game, apparently. Quick outs, 1 down. And now, Peyton Tolley will see Michael Harris II. Subaru New England scoreboard, let love bloom in a 26 Subaru. Get yours at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Here's Michael Harris II, a 308 hitter. He takes outside, launched a homer last night, his 8th of the year. And it is 1-0. Yankees and Mets just underway. Tolley into the wind, he throws. And Harris takes a ball outside, and it's 2-0. Phillies and Pirates are engaged in a Keystone State rivalry series. 2-0 pitch is a ground ball up the middle. The second baseman, Marcelo, backhands, lunges, and throws to first in time. Very nicely done. And quickly again, 2 down. Bryce Harper hit a ball that essentially hit the Clemente Bridge today. 457-foot 3-run homer. And Christopher Sanchez is brilliant yet again. Phillies are heating up. Nats beat the O's 13-3. Here's Ha-Sung Kim. Pitch. Pop foul. Beneath us. Yeah, and it is 0-1.
I am watching this Harper home run.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
You almost couldn't see it land. It was such a blast. 0-1 to Kim. Pitch is a little high. Just sort of like Lou Merlone. He didn't see his golf ball land today on the 16th green. Another hole-in-one. Second in like 7 months. What a jerk he is. 1-1 to Kim. Strike on the outside corner, 1-2.
So apparently the story is Jemai goes before him, and Jemai is like lined up into the woods to the left, and so Lou's like, no, you put your feet this way.
This is how you do it. The 1-2 is swung on and missed. And that is it for Tolle. We'll get into more golf alignment and holes in one when we return. Tolle had his feet in the right spot there. Third inning next, 1-0 Braves in the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
Pool days call for cookouts and lots of laundry. This Memorial Day at Lowe's, save $80 on a Charbroil Performance Series 4-burner gas grill. Now just $199. Plus, get up to 45% off select major appliances to keep dishes, clothes, and food fresh. Having fun in the sun is easy with us in your corner. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/27. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. See associate or Lowe's.com for details.
The all-new Amazon Ember Art line with Fire TV. Choose from 10 custom frames and over 2,000 free works of museum-quality art. Or display your own personal photos, all on a matte screen designed to look like the real thing. Brilliant 4K QLED immerses you in every moment, while Alexa Plus makes finding your next watch effortless. Find the perfect balance between art and entertainment. The Amazon Ember Art line with Fire TV. It's not just a smart TV, it's an art TV. Separate subscriptions may be required. Viewing experience is subjective and may vary with content.
Since 1961, New Englanders have trusted one name to protect their homes and businesses: Warwick Tree Service. We blend 6 decades of experience with cutting-edge technology to handle even the most hazardous or hard-to-reach trees with surgical precision and minimal disruption. Our licensed arborists don't just remove trees, we provide the expert care and peace of mind that only comes from years in the field. Don't wait for the next storm. Visit warwicktree.com to schedule your free tree service assessment today. Warwick Tree Service. Safe, efficient, proven since 1961.
Blowing ad budget on metrics that look great till the CFO sees them? That's bull spend. And marketers are calling it out in Dashboard Confessions.
I remember telling my boss, it'll be good for the brand, when leads were slow. Yeah, it wasn't.
Cut the bull spend. LinkedIn lets you target by company, job title, and more. Advertise on LinkedIn. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a $250 credit. Go to linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Hi, this is Caleb Durbin. You're listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
To the third inning we go. Andrew Monasterio is the first hitter. Bryce Elder fires a first pitch strike on the outside corner, out of a parachute, out of the sky, through the cirrus clouds. Here's Cooper.
Wow, look at you. Pitch is a strike to make it 0-2 on
awesome was that before the game?
It was incredible.
They were like up 6,000 feet above. They popped out of the airplane in the parachutes.
0-2 line foul.
And then they steered themselves around the right field foul pole and landed on their feet in center field. It was really kind of cool.
I had never seen, I don't think in person I've ever seen someone parachute in my life. It was, and there's, this sounds so silly, but they're so high. The 0-2 is low.
We got to get you to skydive. It's fun.
You've done it?
Yeah.
What?
It's awesome. What's really wild is when you actually jump out of the plane, you don't really feel like you're moving.
1-2, ground ball right side, bouncing at first base for Matt Olson. He shovels to a covering Bryce Elder. And the pitcher steps on the bag for the first out of the third inning.
You know, like you'd think you would jump out and it'd be like you were jumping off a building, you'd lose your stomach, but the plane is moving so fast that you kind of go as much laterally as you do down. It's the coolest thing ever. And then for several minutes, you're just in this amazing free fall.
I'm really scared talking to you right now. One out, nobody on. Caleb Durbin's the batter, right-hand hitter. He takes a called strike one sinker. Red Sox trailing 1-0 in Atlanta. We're at the top of the third inning. Right-hander Elder, the National League ERA leader. 1.74 at the moment, delivers. And a cutter's outside. Can I ask you, so you're standing on like the edge of the abyss. You're about to jump, and I assume you're like strapped to a guy or something or whatever. Pitch outside. What is in your mind as you stand there looking out?
I hope it opens.
Yeah. Okay. 2 balls a strike. pitch is grounded slowly left side. Kim charges. Shortstop picks it up, fires across in time, and Durbin is retired 6-3.
That was like 55 miles an hour off the bat. So much soft contact. The truth is, you watch them fold the parachutes perfectly. They've done it so many times. Their track record is unmatched. So once you decide, I think once you get on the airplane and you're up there, you're more excited than scared. Although, when you look out the open door of the plane, it's a little different.
Ground ball to second off the bat of Jaron Duran. And Albies throws to Olsen 4-3.
Good thing I have an 8:30 dinner reservation.
Sox down in order very quickly. More parachutes as we go to the bottom of the third inning. Sox down 1-0. The Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
We've all been there. You pop into the shop for 5 minutes and all of a sudden you've forgotten where you parked.
Car?
Unfortunately, that lost feeling is what it's like trying to manage your policy with other insurers.
Here, car. Come out, wherever you are. Please.
With Geico, you can use the app to easily manage all your policies in one place.
Did this parking lot have a waterfall?
I think you've wandered too far, mate.
It feels good to find what you're looking for. It feels good to Geico.
Since 1961, New Englanders have trusted one name to protect their homes and businesses: Warwick Tree Service. We blend 6 decades of experience with cutting-edge technology to handle even the most hazardous or hard-to-reach trees with surgical precision and minimal disruption. Our licensed arborists don't just remove trees. We provide the expert care and peace of mind that only comes from years in the field. Don't wait for the next storm. Visit warwicktree.com to schedule your free tree service assessment today. Warwick Tree Service. Safe, efficient, proven since 1961.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
The third inning is brought to you by Citgo. Here's a club you'll want to get into. Club Citgo, as Peyton Tolley winds and delivers. And first pitch, fastball is low, ball 1 to Sandy Leon. Download the Club Citgo app now. Instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. The 1-0 from the big left-hander is a cutter inside to make it 2-0. Red Sox trailing in Atlanta 1-0 in the bottom of the third inning. Right-hand hitting catcher. Two big dudes here. The 2-0 is swung on, grounded left side, bouncing towards Monasterio at short. He picks it up. He fires to first high. But Contreras pulls it down, makes catch. And there's one away to start the third inning. Well, you might want to, put your ear close to the radio and drink this game in while it lasts.
No kidding.
We're 8 batters in for Peyton Tolley. He's thrown 21 pitches. Now the 9-hitter, Jose Azócar, swings and misses.
Don't you think if he was an opponent in this ballpark that the organist Matt Kaminsky would play Pour Some Sugar on Me?
Oh, what is inside 1-1? Maybe Maroon 5?
Yeah.
1 ball, 1 strike for Peyton Tolley. Gave up the home run to Baldwin. The 1-1 is on the outside corner with the cut fastball, 1-2.
You strike me as a Maroon 5 guy.
Yeah, I don't want to say like I'm going to bat for them. Like on the radio, 1-2 is down in it. But
you're not changing the station always.
No, I'm turning it up for sure.
No one has ever said you have moves like Jagger.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Tolley comes home. And it's swung on at line of center field. Cedon running after it. He won't get there. Bounces down. Rafaela cuts it off. Staggers into the gap and does get it in. On a 1-hop throw to third. By the time he does, Azócar is on second with a double.
Truly, do you know how few center fielders actually get to that ball? and stop it from going to the wall. I mean, that thing was absolutely smoked. I just, the range, the coverage, the instincts from Cedon are next level out there in the outfield.
Rafaela, the center fielder, was shaded towards right center. For Azokar, that ball came off the bat at 102 towards left center, and yeah, he keeps that to 2 bases. Now pitch inside to Drake Baldwin.
Isn't it amazing with so many of their best hitters being lefty? They're 14-3 against left-handed pitching this year, the Braves.
Azokar leading off of second, being held on there by Monasterio, the shortstop. Left-hand hitter in the box. And the 1-0 is a cutter away to make it 2-0. The most dangerous man living in the Braves lineup right now, Drake Baldwin. Down in the count against him. 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch. Inside. On a sinker. 3-0. One 1-0 Braves lead because of this guy. Baldwin went dead center to lead off the bottom of the first inning. 3-0 pitch, and he takes all the way. Fastball for a strike on the outer half to make it 3-1. First guy to see a 3-ball count in the entire Braves lineup is their 10th batter. 5th pitch from Tolley. The 3-1 is way outside. Cutter down and away. I did have the feeling once it got 1-0, 2-0 that Tolley had no interest in going at Baldwin. The Atlanta game plan has been clear for all to see to start this game, which is they know Peyton Tolley is throwing fastballs more than literally any other pitcher in baseball. And so they're not waiting to go down 0-1. Ozzie Albies swung at the first pitch back in the first. First pitch here is way up and away. And Mickey Gasper, sensing trouble, will jump out from his crouch to go talk with Tolley. Red Sox on EEI, brought to you by your New England Ford dealers and employee pricing for all. You pay what we pay. Ford is the official vehicle of Major League Baseball and that dirty water. Bottom of the third inning, Red Sox trailing 1-0 against the Braves. Atlanta has runners on first and second with 1 out. Ozzie Albies batting from the right side. And a 1-0 count against Tolley out of the mound meeting. Here's a pitch. And it swung on, popped up, foul behind the plate. This is the scary side for Ozzie Albies, switch hitter. He's been one of the best hitters in the National League, maybe the best hitting second baseman in baseball so far. OPS nearly 900 from the right side, where he waits for this pitch. A 1-1 from Tolley. That swung on in Flona left field. Duran got a late start. Now comes in. He's under it. And he makes the catch. That's a 1-1 count. Tolley, four-seam fastball at you. He gets the job done. 2 down in the third. This is a nice mound meeting for Mickey Gasper. He's only catching his second game of the year at the big leagues, but he's caught Tolley a lot at AAA. And so I think he could feel it. He's getting a little unsteady. Gasper got out. He put a hand literally on Tolley's back as he walked up the mound together. Comes back, gets an out. Now Matt Olson. He swings. Hits a fly ball to left field. Should hang up. Durbin out down the line. He staggers into foul territory, makes the catch, and Peyton Tolley gets out of dodge. 2 men on and strands both of them to finish off the bottom of the third inning. Sox down 1-0 as we go to the fourth. Out of Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Since 1961, New Englanders have trusted one name to protect their homes and businesses: Warwick Tree Service. We blend 6 decades of experience with cutting-edge technology to handle even the most hazardous or hard-to-reach trees with surgical precision and minimal disruption. Our licensed arborists don't just remove trees, we provide the expert care and peace of mind that only comes from years in the field. Don't wait for the next storm. Visit warwicktree.com to schedule your free tree service assessment today. Warwick Tree Service. Safe, efficient, proven since 1961.
We all do it. You have a night for yourself but don't like the sound of the silence, so you turn on the TV just for the ambience. It's a little trick that helps you feel like you've got company and aren't alone. And other insurers, well, they may make you feel alone. But when you switch to Geico, you've got claims reps available around the clock. So whenever you need, you'll have people around to help. And let's turn on the washing machine, just for good measure. Isn't that soothing?
It feels good to have support. It feels good to Geico.
Pool days call for cookouts and lots of laundry. This Memorial Day at Lowe's, save $80 on a Charbroil Performance Series 4-burner gas grill. Now just $199. Plus, get up to 45% off select major appliances to keep dishes, clothes, and food fresh. Having fun in the sun is easy with us in your corner. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/27. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. See associate or Lowe's.com for details.
Take Boston sports with you wherever you go. Download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Mickey Gasper leads off the 4th inning by taking a strike from the right-hander Bryce Elder. Top 4 Red Sox in Atlanta on a Saturday night. They trail 1-0 on a home run from Drake Baldwin. Second at bat for Gasper. From the left side, where he's taken most of his bats so far, 7 for 18. He takes just out of the way. Sandy Leon held that for a sec. Went to throw back to the pitcher, then kind of paused, but did not challenge the home plate umpire, Nick Lentz. 1-1 is outside. Well, we have hitters swinging early in counts on both sides. The 2-1 is up and away. And then we have pitchers that are working as fast as a pitcher, I think, is physically capable of working with Elder. I mean, he just gets the ball. He's taking like an extra second here. Now he pitches a 3-1. And it's swung on in line to right field, sinking. Down base hit, Mickey Gasper, followed by a Zokar, but he does get to it quickly. And Gasper stops at first with his 8th hit for the Red Sox in 18 at-bats. I remember having a conversation with Chad Tracy 2 years ago about Mickey Gasper. And he said, like, something to the effect of, Mickey is one of the best hitters I've ever seen. And Mickey was having a good year, obviously, as William Ray takes outside. But I remember at the time saying something, and I mean this is no insult, like, really? Like,
right.
Of all the, of all the guys. And, I mean, he has hit at every level. The 1-0 is down and away, that he's gotten an extended chance to do so. And he's giving the Red Sox something that, and I don't need to tell anybody this, but something that they need desperately.
Yes, they do. And right now, Will, you're Braves thinking about the chop house in right field in the 2-0 count.
Here comes. And he takes a called strike, backdoor cutter, not the 2-0 pitch to try to hit to the chop house. Gasper leads off first. He's a tying run. The 2-1 is swung on and foul back. That was the chop house swing. Wilson Contreras on deck. Who's on deck? Presented by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit timbertech.com. 2-2 to Willie Abreu from the right-hander Bryce Elder with a man on first. And the pitch is swung on and lined to left field. That is down. Base hit. Gasper to second. Willier goes oppo. He just keeps doing that. And the Sox have back-to-back hits off Elder to start the fourth inning.
My goodness, has he become a complete hitter, especially with 2 strikes. Willingness to just stay in there. That was a really good changeup, and he just went down and got it. Awesome stuff from Abreu.
I think in spring training we saw that he was going to hit home runs again. He was going to probably strike out a little bit less. I don't know if we saw 300 hitter Willier Abreu, but that's not a fluke. So, 2 men on, nobody out, down by a run. Wilson Contreras bats, and he swings and misses over top of a slider. Red Sox against the Phillies, and last night against these Braves have gotten to this spot. Nobody out, guys on base, and just failed to move them forward. The 0-1. Swinging a ground ball left side might be 2. Riley 30 dropped it. He throws to second. Not in time.
Wow.
Willier beat it. We'll see if the Braves challenge. Walt Weiss, top step of the dugout, his hand up. Waiting, looking at his video room, waiting for a signal. It's a long wait. He says, play on. Bases loaded on an error by Austin Riley. Not a hard hit ball. It was to Riley's left. He took a couple of steps there and just booted it.
Such good base running by Abreu to bust it down that line.
Bases loaded, nobody out. Sox down by a run. And now Yoshida takes a four-seam fastball for a strike. Right on left. Pitch is outside on a changeup.
Red Sox are now 4 for their last 46 with runners in scoring position. Got to find a way here.
A lovely moment for 5. Count 1-1. Pitch from Elder. And it swung on line foul left side. Yoshida had one of the best at-bats first time through against Elder. Fouled off a bunch of pitches, got to a 3-2 before he flew out. He's in a 1-2 count. Pitch, swinging a fly ball towards left field. Dubon comes on, goes in, backs up. Tag from third as he makes the catch. Gasper coming home, throw to the plate, one hop, and not in time! Gasper gets under the tag. Atlanta hates it. Gasper winks with his mustache, and the Sox have tied the game on a sac fly from Yoshida. Boos raining down as Walt Weiss says they're going to challenge.
So close real time. You know, Dubon kind of caught it off his heels. He didn't have a lot of momentum on it. Watching the replay, I think he's safe.
Challenging the safe call, home plate.
Just the first blush at the replay, Coop. I mean, he got tagged kind of on the shoulder or the face. I thought his foot was in there before the glove got to him. Personally, we'll see. That's not a great angle they just showed us, but I thought he was in there.
You're right about Dubon. He kind of overran it and had to take a couple of steps back, then made the catch.
Very safe.
Yeah,
that's
I
the
think
best
he
look
is.
we got. The left foot is on the plate before the tag on the shoulder. Great base running by Gasper.
As he slid to the front corner of the plate, he kicked into the batter's box, and a huge plume of dust
I think
flew
it's
in
a
the
bad
air.
challenge. I mean, you get it to try to not have the game tied up. This, to me, if this is overturned, I would be absolutely stunned.
I concur. His left cleat on the front corner of the plate, just under the tag of Sandy Leon.
I mean, I guess the only way you could ever say so is if the foot was above the plate when he got tagged. I just don't think it was. Consulting with New York.
I agree. I think his spike hit the plate and then popped up in the air. The one thing New York can do is they can piece together a few different angles. We don't have that luxury here, so unless there's something really obvious from doing that, this has to be a tie game.
I would think so, and talking it over. Mickey is certain he was safe. He's put in the catcher's gear. What a gamer he is. I mean, he's just already back to work. I thought that was a great read by both Mickey and Chad Epperson to go. I mean, because of the lack of momentum from Dubon, with this offense doing what it is, you got to take chances, and here we go.
Nope, faked this out. Bryce Elder's taking warm-up tosses. Mickey's slide was very violent into the plate, so as you look down, the entirety of the beautifully painted lines have been completely messed up. It's like a watercolor around home plate. It looks like somebody was like, Mickey, make as big of a mess as humanly possible.
Well, this is a problem. The longer it takes, you worry. Because then what you're talking about is there's some micro frame where the foot is above the plate with the glove on the shoulder. For me, this is not the spirit of replay. Yeah. It should never take this long. Either it's obvious or not. Get it right and move on.
Hopefully there's a review going on in some other game that New York is preoccupied about. We're in the fourth inning, brought to you by Cars for Kids. Easiest way to get rid of your old car. Donate today. Your car can be picked up tomorrow. Donate now. CarsForKids.com. That's Cars with a K.
And I'm sorry, we're all about speeding up the game, and it's worked. The new rules have been great. Here we go.
After review, the call on the field stands. The runner is safe. The man loses their challenge.
Interesting that it wasn't confirmed, though. That means there were some shots that it was pretty close there at the plate.
So, long awaited, but ultimately stands up. A sac fly from Masataka Yoshida. And the Red Sox have tied the game in Atlanta. It's 1-1. Red Sox still have the same runners out there. Men on first and second now with one out. They're going to check at third if he went early, and he did not. So Elder, tossed over to Riley. Third base umpire Vic Carapazza says he did not leave early. So the sac fly passes all forensic evidence possible.
Full cavity exam.
And we're tied. 1-1. Believe it more after this pitch. And that is down and away. And now it's officially 1-1.
They're going to challenge again.
Sure, why not?
Pitcher's called the ball. Pitcher's challenge.
First Atlanta challenge of the night. Called ball one.
Sandy has always had such a great feel for the zone.
Not this time. He loses.
Atlanta has one challenge remaining.
So Sandy Leon thinking man on second base, man on first pitch, hot hitter in the box. You want to get 0-1. It's 1-0. Atlanta's down a challenge. And a pitch to Cedon is a called strike. Slider and just clipped the outside corner of the estimation of Nick Lentz.
Well, remember, too, with a runner at second base, Will, you can look into the glove of Elder and try to tip Cedon off here.
Pitch. Swinging a ground ball foul. The facing of the third base dugout.
It's about the guy you want up in a spot like this, other than Abreu, the way he's been going.
Cedon asked the other night after another clutch hit, what do you do in those moments? These moments. He says, I stay calm. 1-2. Swinging a blooper right side. Hangs up for the second baseman Albies, who steps to his left and makes the catch for out number 2 here the fourth inning. So now Marcelo. The Sox have runners on first and second with 2 outs. We're in the top of the fourth inning. Just tied the game with a sac fly from Yoshida. And now Marcelo Meyer, left-hand hitting second baseman, as Elder steps off. I'm going to read this because we might never get there. The 110th pitch of the game brought to you by 110 Grill. Gluten-free dining done right. Visit any of their 33 locations all throughout New England. Pitch is swung on and hit high in the air towards left center field. Mauricio Dubon comes in and puts it away. To end the inning where the Red Sox tie the game. Yoshida's sac fly scores Gasper. And we're 1-1 as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning on the Shawson Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Since 1961, New Englanders have trusted one name to protect their homes and businesses: Warwick Tree Service. We blend 6 decades of experience with cutting-edge technology to handle even the most hazardous or hard-to-reach trees with surgical precision and minimal disruption. Our licensed arborists don't just remove trees, we provide the expert care and peace of mind that only comes from years in the field. Don't wait for the next storm. Visit warwicktree.com to schedule your free tree service assessment today. Warwick Tree Service. Safe, efficient, proven since 1961.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When I got a new car, I thought my insurance premium would increase and empty my bank account. Like if a tween won the lottery.
I've invested most of my winnings in chicken tenders because they're bomb. But bro, I bought a house and it's sick, bro. I'm thinking the floor is gonna be all trampoline, bro, with the helipad on the roof. The contractor said it's structurally unsound, but they're just being babies.
But switching to Geico saved me hundreds, so my bank account is safe.
It feels good to save some hard-earned cash. It feels good to Geico.
Hey, it's Peyton Tolley. This is the home of the Sox, WEEI.
Peyton Tolley starts the bottom of the 4th inning with a tie game. He gave up a home run to lead off his outing. A Drake Baldwin shot in the 1st inning, but Red Sox have just tied the game in a Masataka Yoshida sac fly. And Tolley will see 4, 5, and 6 in the Atlanta lineup. Austin Riley, Mauricio Dubon, and Michael Harris II. Tolley ready. Here comes. And he starts him off slow. Curveball outside for ball 1. The 1-0 from Tolley is swung on and missed. Back foot on the cutter at 89.
Just had a World War II veteran be honored on the field. 102 years old.
Unbelievable. Pitch is low. They were showing photos. I was going to say Polaroids, not Polaroids, pre-Polaroid. Black and white photos of him serving in World War II. And it's like 2-1 is foul back. You look at these pictures and you cannot believe it.
No, I mean, it's called the greatest generation for a reason. There was just a different level of sort of national sacrifice, commitment. And I mean, so much was hanging in the balance at that time.
2-2 is swung on and float high and foul on the right field line.
I love the honor flights. I grew up in Washington, D.C., and federal government has started running these flights with all the veterans of past wars, and they bring them into D.C.
2-2. Pitches line foul, third base side.
And the airlines are a big part of it, and there's like these welcoming committees at the gates. When they get there, they go on tours throughout D.C. to honor their service, and we're getting down to the very end of having those World War II veterans around.
2-2 is swung on, foul back.
Just can only imagine. I mean, everybody who's ever worn a uniform and served in active combat, there's an amazing level of commitment, sacrifice, fear, bravery.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Peyton Tolley to Austin Riley. And it's swung on and blooped into center field. St. On late start. Comes in. Meyer out. St. On comes on. Slides and makes the catch. He was sliding and he still somehow stuck the landing.
Incredible. John Kramer, our pal, was in Vietnam for a long while. And I've had so many countless conversations on some of those airplanes with people who were at the Battle of Midway, and their ship gets hit and they're treading water for 18 hours until they get rescued.
Pitch is grounded left side. Backhand stop. Monasterio in the hole. Shortstop throws 1 hop and in time. Sox defense, that's what they do. And 2 down quickly to start the bottom of the 4th inning.
And I mean, in that particular generation, obviously freedom on the line on multiple fronts. So many of those guys raced to the drafting office and volunteered the minute after Pearl Harbor.
2 down, nobody on. Sox and Braves tied at 1. Pitch from Tolley is caught on a miss right by Michael Harris II. It's a time too that, as you describe it, is I think hard to wrap your head around in the year 2026. A 1 fly ball down the left field line. Duran crossing into foul territory, keeps running and makes the catch at just enough ballpark. Spun into the netting as he hit the half wall and makes the catch to finish off a 1-2-3. Perfect defensive inning behind Peyton Tolley. We head to the 5th, tied at 1. Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
Since 1961, New Englanders have trusted one name to protect their homes and businesses: Warwick Tree Service. We blend 6 decades of experience with cutting-edge technology to handle even the most hazardous or hard-to-reach trees with surgical precision and minimal disruption. Our licensed arborists don't just remove trees, we provide the expert care and peace of mind that only comes from years in the field. Don't wait for the next storm. Visit warwicktree.com to schedule your free tree service assessment today. Warwick Tree Service. Safe, efficient, proven since 1961.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When I got a new car, I thought my insurance premium would increase and empty my bank account. Like if a tween won the lottery.
I've invested most of my winnings in chicken tenders because they're bomb. But bro, I bought a house and it's sick, bro. I'm thinking the floor is gonna be all trampoline, bro, with the helipad on the roof. The contractor said it's structurally unsound, but they're just being babies.
But switching to Geico saved me hundreds, so my bank account is safe.
It feels good to save some hard-earned cash. It feels good to Geico.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app. You're listening to the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Flying along in Atlanta, we are tied at 1. Andrew Monasterio to lead it off against Bryce Elder. Monasterio grounded out to first. His first time in the pitch. A little bit high with a fastball. Code word of the game, Aaron 44. That's fitting today. Make sure to enter your code word. Member portal today to claim your points. Henry Aaron, greatest right-handed hitter of all time. Maybe Willie Mays in that conversation, but just in terms of power, run production, as Monasterio fouls one back to the screen, and it's 1-1. And Henry Aaron, true pioneer, one of the great gentlemen to ever play big league baseball. The 1-1 pitch is fouled back. And we've been talking about Armed Services Appreciation Day here in Atlanta. There's so many amazing stories of Henry's time in the major leagues. He, by most accounts, he had the fastest hands of any hitter of all time, to the point where they tried to use Army cameras to photograph his bat speed. The 1-2 is on the ground, hard to third. Riley backhands behind the bag. He throws across the diamond in time. And Monasterio's retired for out number 1 in the same way that film was created basically by trying to get understanding of whether horses ever had all 4 feet off the ground. They would try to freeze frame over and over again how a horse ran, and that led to the invention of moving pictures and film. They tried to use the fastest at that time Army cameras available to try to freeze frame Henry Aaron as Durbin swings at the first pitch and fouls it off on the third base side. And no matter how few frames or many frames per second they took pictures, they could never, ever capture a picture where his hands weren't blurred. Because that's how quickly he just rocketed through the zone.
Wow.
0-1. Pitch is a strike on the outside corner. And, of course, you know, Vin Scully's iconic call of his record-breaking home run in Atlanta. One of the great moments in baseball history. 0-2. Pitch is just outside. Durbin took one close, but it's 1-2. Talking about what an amazing moment it was in the American South. to have a black man in Henry Aaron receiving a standing ovation for breaking a record set by Babe Ruth. Well, that's just a remarkable moment. The 1-2 is outside. Durbin took a ball, and it's 2-2. Hammer and Hank did it with grace and power. He's got a great statue outside the ballpark. So does Bobby Cox, who we lost this week. The 2-2 is fouled, and his is just totally blanketed in flowers and wreaths and notes. The guy who meant so much to this city, to this region, those 14 divisional titles. The most ejected manager in baseball history. 2-2, the pitch. Durbin, soft ground ball up the middle. The shortstop, Kim's got it. Throws to first in time. And they're 2 away.
He's walking by the statue, and this kid, I don't know, couldn't have been more than 8 years old, and I was listening to Dad explain to the kid who Bobby Cox was and what he meant. It's a special thing on a lot of levels.
Think about how lucky and blessed the fans in this region have been with the Braves. Obviously, they won in 21. Only one world championship. 95 over the Cleveland Indians at that time, as Jaron Duran, who doubled his first time, takes a strike on the outside corner. But with Glavine and Maddox and Smoltz, they had so many chances and so many great teams. 0-1 is looped down the left field line, foul and out of play. And it is 0-2 to Duran. But they have been blessed here. Great winning teams, and they're going to be in the playoffs again. I mean, it's basically decided. I mean, it would take an all-time historic collapse. We're in the middle of May, and they've got an almost 10-game lead in their division. 0-2 to Duran. Elder throws. Jaron takes a ball. That was a changeup a little bit low, and it's 1-2. I was watching some of the highlights of that 95 World Series. I mean, it's just amazing. Fred McGriff is playing first base. Tony Pena behind the plate for the Cleveland Indians. The 1-2 is fouled off. And somehow Mark Lemke always got hits, no matter what. I think at that time, I swear this is true, in 1995, I think he got a couple hits in that World Series to become the guy who had, at that time, the most hits in World Series history, which is crazy. 1-2 to Duran. Swing and a miss. He got him. And the inning is over. Elder is settling in here. Red Sox down in the top of the fifth. 1-1 the score on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When you switch to Geico, you've got claims reps available around the clock. So whenever you need, you'll have people around to help. It kind of feels like having the TV on in the background when you're home alone. Isn't that soothing?
It feels good to have support. It feels good to Geico.
Pool days call for cookouts and lots of laundry. This Memorial Day at Lowe's, save $80 on a Charbroil Performance Series 4-burner gas grill. Now just $199. Plus, get up to 45% off select major appliances to keep dishes, clothes, and food fresh. Having fun in the sun is easy with us in your corner. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/27. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. See associate or Lowe's.com for details.
When the stakes rise and the lights get bright, that's when you find out who can really swim. Deep Waters is a new UFC podcast from CBS Sports. Every Monday, myself, Dean Thomas, alongside with legends of the sport, Chris Weidman, Jorge Masvidal, and Dustin Poirier, bring you inside the octagon like no one else can. Deep Waters, new episodes every Monday. Watch on YouTube or listen on Apple, Spotify, and everywhere else you get podcasts.
Ask your smart speaker to play 93.7 WEEI. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Peyton Tolley been rolling right along. He's only needed 46 pitches to get 12 outs. Here, Ha-Seong Kim takes first pitch strike on the outside corner. It's been a Tolley outing. A lot of fastballs. He's only thrown one curveball, one change. Braves got a leadoff homer and nothing since. 0-1 the pitch. He is a little bit outside. There's so much pressure on this pitching staff, but man, did he really answer the bell in the third inning. Second and third, one out, and did not allow another run to score. 1-1, Tolley into the wind. He throws. High pop. Foul. Out of play on the first base side. Get you caught up on the Subaru of New England scoreboard in a moment. First, the bullpen report, hopefully not needed tonight, brought to you by Interlock Metal Roofing. Visit newenglandmetalroofing.com and never re-roof again. 1-2. Ripped foul outside of third. How about Munetaki Murakami for the Chicago White Sox? He hit his 16th home run today, a bomb. The White Sox, they're at 500, and they lead the first place Cubs 5-0 in the fourth inning. Here's a pitch that's on the outside corner. Strike 3 called. Kim is gone. And that's strikeout number 3 for Peyton Tolley.
Second curveball of the night from Peyton Tolley. It's amazing. You said it. It's been a Tolley outing because they were hunting fastball early, and instead of getting away from the fastball, he was just like, I'm going to throw it, and you're not going to hit it.
It's that good. Here's Sandy Leon. He should be challenged here. One out, base is empty. The pitch. Sandy, there's a fastball for a strike, and it's 0-1. Win free groceries for a year with Shaw's and Star Market Grand Slam Summer Sweepstakes. Plus, your child could become an honorary Bat Kid. Enter now at Shaw's or StarMarket.com/Grand Slam. Sandy takes a little bit low, and it is 1-1. That's the score here in the bottom of the fifth in Atlanta. At cocked left elbow, Tolley throws. Leon skies one shallow left field. Back on at Durbin. Overcomes Monasterio. Andrew's going to take over just outside the foul line. He's there to make the play. 2 down. Well, this is important. The bullpen is thin tonight for the Red Sox. I mean, Chapman is technically available. He'll use him with a lead in the 9th inning, but Whitlock pitched on consecutive days earlier in the week. Samanyego's been leaned on. Weissert threw yesterday. So they are getting much needed length from Peyton. Here is Jose Azocar, who doubled his first time. He takes a pitch high and out of the zone for ball 1. Tolley throws. And he dots the outside corner with a fastball. It's 1-1. Check of the game score brought to you by Veg ER for Pets. Official emergency vet group of the Red Sox Radio Network. 1-1. Pitch. Pop foul. He's coming right at him. Fun to watch. That was 94 miles an hour, and it's 1-2.
We're used to it because we watch him pitch now a lot. What he's doing is not normal. You don't just throw fastballs. He has 3 kinds, but you just throw fastballs to big league hitters over and over.
1-2. To Azocar. Pitch is ripped down the left field line. He's got another extra base hit. Well, Peyton tried the curveball there. It hung, and Azocar has his second double of the night. It's only their 3rd hit. All of them have been extra base hits. So now a jam because Drake Baldwin's coming up.
And you don't throw the fastball there against Azocar. He never saw a 4-seamer in the at-bat, which is the best of the pitches for Tolley.
Yankees had a 1-0 lead in their game with the Mets, but then Carson Benj doubled. And the Mets have 2 in to lead the Yankees. What a spot this is. Drake Baldwin, left-handed hitter. Peyton throws and a line drive into left field. That's a base hit. Duran going to play it on one hop. They're waving him home. Duran's throw is late. Not in time. Head first slide throw to second. They tag Baldwin out, but Tolley gives up a 2-out run, and it's 2-1 Atlanta. We got the 6th inning next in the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
During Memorial Day at Lowe's, shop household must-haves for less. Save $80 on a Charbroil Performance Series 4-burner grill to chef up something special. Plus, get up to 45% off select major appliances to keep things fresh. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 5/27. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for details.
Visit your nearby Lowe's on Greenwich Avenue in Warwick.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When I scraped my car in that parking garage, I was worried that it could be a long process to take care of it. Like a landscaper's first day trimming a hedge maze.
I have definitely already been here. Now, was it left, right, or right, left? Well, maybe I'll cut a path out and find my way back later.
But it wasn't like that. I filed a claim in under 2 minutes on the Geico app, and they handled it from there. It was taken care of almost as quickly as it happened.
It feels good to get help quick. It feels good to Geico.
You're listening to the Sox on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Now, back to the play-by-play action.
This copyrighted broadcast presented by authority of the Red Sox may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. As Mickey Gasper digs in and takes ball one. Counts may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. Descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the WEEI and the Red Sox. As Gasper grounds it to second, easy for Albies. He picks it up off the ground. He throws to first, and there's one down to begin the top of the sixth inning. That's just that's a frustrating sequence to end the bottom of the fifth. The Red Sox trail 2-1. Totally got the first two outs, lightning speed again. He got 2 strikes against the 9-hitter, Jose Azocar. And they got a little cute. He threw a curveball. He hung it. Azocar doubles. As Willier Abreu fouls it back. And then Azocar gets to second on the double. Drake Baldwin comes up, and Drake Baldwin doesn't miss. He lines the ball to left field. Tough play to get Azocar. Good runner. 2 outs. The 0-1 is inside. But Jarren Duran's throw is offline, and the Braves on 3 pitches at the end of an inning get a kind of a cheap run. The 1-1 is swung on foul back, and it's 1-2.
I like that he just played on the road again. Willie Nelson, Willier Abreu, Willie. I can't wait to get on the road again.
Well, folks, took until the 6th inning before Will Fleming started to sing tonight.
I apologize. I'm such a moron.
Because, okay, last night we were like 27 seconds into the broadcast. 1-2 is a called strike 3, and a Braves get a challenge. A high fastball.
Definitely a ball. Definitely. Great challenge.
We all look up at the board. Called a strike for strike 3. It is not a strike.
Call was overturned. Counts 2-2.
Willier turns a pitch that was 3 inches above the zone.
Well, those are the ones you absolutely have to challenge. Right. Have the confidence to do it.
He's in a 2-2 count. Down by a run. The right-hander Bryce Elder out of the windup. Here comes. And it's swung on and hit high in the air towards left center field. But Mauricio Dubon runs over. He puts his arms out wide. And then brings them together to make the catch for the second out of the 6th inning. Arbella Insurance Foundation dedicated to striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund. For every K from a Sox pitcher during the season, Arbella Insurance Foundation donates $50 to the Jimmy Fund. Here for the Jimmy Fund, here for good. 2 down, nobody on. Sox down 2-1. Wilson Contreras. He takes low.
So now I need to talk to Matt Kaminsky, because now he's playing Neil Young, old man, for Wilson Contreras. So, it's not like he's 50.
1-0 is a strike. What did he play yesterday?
This old man.
So
he played too. He played Knick-Knack on My Shoe. And now we're doing Neil Young, old man? Come on. Maybe I don't think that's a nickname in any way.
The 1-1 is low. Well, take your headset off, stand up, and go find Matt Kaminsky.
I should.
Braves organist. And somebody should do some work around here. 2 balls a strike to Contreras, who swings and lines it through the left side, base hit, past the dive of the shortstop, Kim. 113 off the bat from Contreras, made a loud sound in what was a loud ballpark to put the tying run on with 2 down in the 6th inning. They were doing the wave as Contreras came to the plate, and he stopped the wave in its tracks with how hard he hit that ball. Sox have had base runners. This guy Yoshida drove in 1 to make it a 1-1 game. Now they're down. And Massa takes low, ball 1. Contreras leads off of first, being held on by Big Matt Olson. And the pitch is swung on and hit to left field. Dubon goes back on it. He comes back in, and he makes a catch to finish off the 6th inning. Sox get a hit from Contreras, nothing more. And we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, down 2-1. The Shaws and Star Market, WEEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When I got a new car, I thought my insurance premium would increase and empty my bank account, like if a tween won the lottery.
Bro, I bought a house and trampoline floors are getting installed today.
But switching to Geico saved me hundreds, so my bank account is safe.
It feels good to save hundreds. It feels good to Geico.
You know what they say. Early bird gets the ultimate vacation home. Book early and save over $120 with Vrbo. Because early gets you closer to the action, whether it's waves lapping at the shore or snoozing in a hammock that overlooks, well, whatever you want it to. So you can all enjoy the payoff come summer with Vrbo's early booking deals. Rise and shine. Average savings $141. Select homes only.
Saving for your next milestone? Turn your everyday errands into cashback opportunities. Thanks to the Blue Cash Everyday Card, we can earn 3% cash back in the U.S. on essentials like groceries at supermarkets, online retail purchases, and gas stations. That's how we started growing our family's little nest egg. Take the next step with Blue Cash Everyday from Amex. Learn more at americanexpress.com/explore-BCE. Terms and cashback cap apply.
Hi, this is Peyton Tolley. You're listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
Tolley's on for the bottom of the 6th inning. Sox down 2-1. And he misses outside. Ball 1 on a cutter to the right-hand hitting Ozzie Albies.
Danger time right here, I think. 3rd time through, got to really lock in against these big hitters.
2, 3, and 4 in their lineup. Here's a 1-0. It's outside. Tolley sitting here to start the bottom of the 6th inning now with just 60 pitches. The 2-0 is swung on and tapped foul and got a piece of Albies too. It's 2-1.
I just think against a veteran team like this, we know the drill with Peyton. He's got to find another way to get hitters that 3rd time instead of only fastballs.
2 balls, 1 strike, leadoff man. And the pitch to him is swung on, broken bat flare to right field. Abreu goes back on it. She went back to the track and makes the catch on a ball that carried out there to right. But Tolley gets the job done. 1 away to start the bottom of the 6th. Subaru of New England scoreboard. Let love bloom in a 26 Subaru. Find yours at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Tolley against Matt Olson. Left-hand hitter, pitch, and right at him. Sinker for a strike. Cardinals beat the Royals 4-2 in St. Louis. The 0-1 is a very slow curve for a strike. 0-2. Are you following what's going on in St. Louis right now?
Youngest team in the big leagues, they're red hot.
It's unbelievable. 27 wins. And last night, they're playing like late into I don't know if there's a rain delay or something, but they're playing late into a Friday night against the Royals. A walk-off win. The 0-2 is swung on and blooped towards center. Cedon coming on, still running. He makes a catch, dancing into the gap. And there are 2 down. And so, like, in the 8th or 9th inning, there's these group of dudes that all of a sudden start congregating in the stands in right field. And they all take their shirts off. And they start, this is a real story. And they start waving them around above their heads. Tarps off. For like 2 innings, the Cardinals, as they're waving their shirts, the pitch is flown foul off to the right, walk off and win the game.
Yep.
After the game, Ollie Marmol, the manager of the Cardinals, said, I'll do anything to have those guys back. I mean, we won. So he buys out 2 sections tonight at Busch Stadium. And again, they play as the 0-1's inside to make it 1-1. And again, for 9 consecutive innings, there must be 400 shirtless dudes waving shirts above their heads.
And it worked again.
And they won.
Ollie's going to be poor soon.
The 1-1 is swung on, grounded right to shortstop. Monasterio gloves. He throws across the diamond. And the inning is over. And as far as I can tell, everyone here in Atlanta is wearing a shirt.
For now.
Yeah. And so we still have 3 innings to go. 2-1 Sox down as we go to the 7th on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Pros, save more on the materials you need to get the job done inside and out at Lowe's. Right now, get 10% off in-stock Trex Naturals decking, now available in more styles. Plus, get 15% off select custom entry, interior, and storm doors. Then, we'll deliver it all straight to your job site to help keep your jobs moving. Get the brands pros trust, priced right, and ready when you need them. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/27. While supplies last. Selection varies by location.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When you switch to Geico, you've got claims reps available around the clock. So whenever you need, you'll have people around to help. It kind of feels like having the TV on in the background when you're home alone. Isn't that soothing?
It feels good to have support. It feels good to Geico.
Pool days call for cookouts and lots of laundry. This Memorial Day at Lowe's, save $80 on a Charbroil Performance Series 4-burner gas grill. Now just $199. Plus, get up to 45% off select major appliances to keep dishes, clothes, and food fresh. Having fun in the sun is easy with us in your corner. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/27. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. See associate or Lowe's.com for details.
Hi, this is Marcelo Meyer. You're listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan post-game show. Nissan, they make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today and shop NissanUSA.com. Sox down 2-1. We're in the 7th inning. Cedon Rafaela swings and lines it down the left field line. It is down, base hit. One hop in front of Dubon. He cuts it off. Rafaela wants to. Throw is cut off, then gets to second, and Rafaela slides in safe. Just ahead of the tag of Albies. The shortstop, Kim, cut it off because Dubon couldn't get much on the throw. Cedon thought 2 the whole way, and he was right. Leads off the 7th with a double.
I love it. You have to bust it out of the box immediately to be able to make that happen. What a huge at-bat this is for Marcelo. Whether or not he squares, we'll see. Left-handed hitter, maybe not. You have to get him to third in this spot.
Down by a run. Tying runs on second. Third baseman Riley's even with the bag. The first baseman Olsen is back. And Marcelo grounds it toward the right side, but it's snared by Elder. The pitcher looks the runner back and throws to first. And for the 1,000th time, it feels like in the last 2 days, the Red Sox don't get a runner on second to third before the first out of the inning.
So now we're playing wedding music for Monasterio, which I love. I don't love that at bat, but you got to laugh a little bit in life. Times like these, Coop.
That was a perfect moment for him to play that. Still mad. Man on second. Pitch is swung on and one hop towards short. Kim off 1 foot. Throws to first after a spin. And retires Monasterio. That was hard hit. It was just to the wrong guy in the wrong part of the ballpark. And very quickly, 2 down.
I'm sure you're going to be totally locked in to pick the playlist for your wedding service.
Oh,
right?
we're service now. we're talking about the nightcap.
Get an organist. Let's go.
You know what? Welcome to my wedding. You all show up like we're ready to dance, and an organist just busts out. Pitch to Caleb Durbin's
Your
strike.
first dance could be this old man. It'll be great.
Oh my gosh! I think that's a one-way ticket to not getting married. Rafaela leading at second. 2 down. The 0-1 is swung on, grounded to short for a third time off the bat of Durbin. Cam has it. He throws to first, and the Red Sox do not score after a leadoff double from Cedon. 7th inning stretch next, brought to you by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers. You've been hurt in a car work accident. You got to get Glassman. Call all 7s at 617-777-7777. Bottom of the 7th next, the Red Sox trailing 2-1 in Atlanta on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Are you looking for a pro football podcast that doesn't put you to sleep with spreadsheets or insult you with mindless hot takes? Football is fun. Why shouldn't your football podcast be the same?
Follow and listen to Heed the Call NFL podcast with Dan Hansis and Mark Sessler wherever you get your podcasts.
There's nothing like my American Express Platinum card. I love that I can earn hotel credits when I travel. I can also earn Resi credits, so you know I'm hitting the restaurants everyone's talking about. Plus, with the digital entertainment credit, I'm even more excited to catch my favorite shows. All in all, I can access over $3,500 in annual value with benefits and eligible purchases across travel, entertainment, and more. Learn more at americanexpress.com/explore-platinum. Enrollment requirements, monthly and other limits and terms apply.
During Memorial Day at Lowe's, shop household must-haves for less. Save $80 on the Charbroil Performance Series 4-burner grill to chef up something special. Plus, get up to 45% off select major appliances to keep things fresh. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 5/27. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for details.
Visit your nearby Lowe's on Greenwich Avenue in Warwick.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Having health insurance is a must-have, and the Massachusetts Health Connector has a power-packed lineup in Connect-to-Care plans that delivers. At the top of the order, lower premiums make bumpy costs affordable. The middle of the lineup is packed with low copays and no deductibles, so you can save money on everything. From an urgent ER trip to managing chronic disease like diabetes and hypertension through no-cost prescriptions. Round out the order access to Connect-to-Care plans now at mahealthconnector.org, and you have a winning team with you and the Massachusetts Health Connector.
More Boston sports opinion, more often. Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Chicken tenders are on sale at Shaw's and Star Market. Value pack fresh signature select chicken tenders now $2.99 a pound. When you use a digital coupon limit to find deals, rewards, and recipes using Shaw's Deals and Delivery app. Bottom 7. After a particularly loud rendition of Take Me Out to the Ball Game at Truist Park, the Red Sox trailing in Atlanta by a score of 2-1. Subaru of New England scoreboard. Let love bloom at a 26 Subaru. Find yours at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Yankees and Mets. It's the Mets, New York National League, 3-1 over the Yankees in the 4th inning in Flushing. Carlos Rodon has given up 3. And Carson Bench, the rookie, has a double in that game. Brett Beatty an RBI. That's a rivalry report. Sponsored by River Spring Residences, setting a new standard for memory care in New York City. Call 833-79-RIVER or visit riverspringresidences.org/radio to schedule a tour. Seventh inning, the Red Sox trailing, but not because of the guy on the mound. Peyton Tolley has gone 6 innings of 2-run ball, and he's out there for the 7th. His first pitch is a called strike one on a sinker to Mauricio Dubon. The 0-1 is swung on, and a fly ball to center. Cedon goes back on it. Rafaela twisting back towards the track. He has it the whole way and makes the catch to prove it for the first out of the 7th inning. They play God Bless America. Great baritone voice by the singer. And Take Me Out to the Ball Game. And as the lights came on, the crowd began to sing. Peyton Tolley jumped down to the third base side dugout. He faces Michael Harris II. And Harris bunts third base side up the line. If it's fair, it's a hit, and it is foul. Durbin let it go 89 feet up the line, and on the last half foot, it twists foul, and he just picked it up on the bare hand.
Bunting, fun? What an idea. I mean, this dude has 8 homers and an 832 OPS, and he's willing to bunt. Hello? I get it. I know score leverage and all these things matter, but I'm sorry. Until the offense proves more, it has to be something they do.
The 0-1 is swung on, broken bat, flare to center. Cedon coming on, still coming on. He makes another catch.
Come on.
Backhand straight downhill.
Come on.
The feeling of a night where you could hit it just anywhere in his orbit and it's gonna be his.
Stupid.
He's gone back, he's gone right, he's gone left, he's slid, he's made catches on the run. You must feel as a hitter so powerless to put a ball in the air near that guy. 2 down. And a pitch fouled back by Ha-Sung Kim.
Attention media, tonight's attendance is 39,336. It's a sellout. 3-9.
Tolley trying to go 7 innings, 2 down. The pitch is on the inside corner, a strike. Kim, I think, thought about challenging, but he's down 0-2. Sox trailing 2-1. Check the score brought to you by Veg ER for Pets, official emergency veterinarian group of the Red Sox Radio Network. In his young major league career, Peyton Tolley has gone 7 innings 1 time. He is 1 pitch away from doing it a second. He winds, he deals, the 0-2 is swung on and flown to right field for Willier Abreu. He comes on, he is under it, and he makes the catch for 7 innings of 2-run ball for Peyton Tolley on 76 pitches against the best offense in baseball. He did not get the handshake either from Chad Tracy. So I think he's going to get a shot to start the 8th. 2-1 game. Red Sox down against the Braves as we go to the 8th on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
At Job Lot, our stores are packed with all your summer needs. Brand name swimsuits for 1/3 of what you'd expect to pay. Men's and ladies' shorts, hats, printed t-shirts, and brand name golf wear at 80% savings. 30 choices of fans, window and portable air conditioners, 30 choices of solar lights. Save on all your favorite sun care brands and an excellent selection of bug control products. Gazebos and patio umbrellas to shield you from the sun. Outdoor patio furniture sets, plus kayaks if you choose to have fun. The selection is extraordinary at Ocean State Job Lot, the home of crazy deals.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ready to reimagine your kitchen? A Riverhead Building Supply kitchen designer can help.
Get the most out of your space, whether you enjoy gourmet cooking or casual gatherings. Get started at Riverhead Building Supply. Visit rbscorp.com to find a showroom near you.
When I scraped my car in that parking garage, I was worried that it could be a long process to take care of it. Like a landscaper's first day trimming a hedge maze.
I have definitely already been here. Now, was it left, right, or right, left? Well, maybe I'll cut a path out and find my way back later.
But it wasn't like that. I filed a claim in under 2 minutes on the Geico app, and they handled it from there. It was taken care of almost as quickly as it happened.
It feels good to get help quick. It feels good to Geico.
Rich, Ken, and Ted, weekday afternoons 2 to 6. Now, back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Jaron Duran is the batter. We begin the top of the 8th inning. A pop-up behind second base. And a catch is made by Ha-Sung Kim. 2-1 Braves. Welcome to speculation season right now. The Nesson feed apparently had shots of Aroldis Chapman hugging teammates in the dugout. And Franklin Arias, who has had this amazing season at AA, pulled from the game. Make of that what you will. That would be a true stunner. Because why would you go for it and add and take away your closer? That doesn't make a lot of sense. 2-1 Red Sox as Gasper takes a pitch outside, ball one.
Our friend Chris Cotillo tweeting on the Arias pull.
1-0 is outside.
That a source told him no transaction or injury. So I guess that's good news.
People
Manager
go crazy
decision.
this time of year.
Yeah.
I do know the Red Sox are making a lot of phone calls these days. The 2-0 pitch is a chopper foul. You know, the reality of this thing is that if they hit even a little bit, they could be on an epic stretch right now. The pitching has been so good. Tolle again after Early was fabulous last night. But again, it would seem to not add up. If you're going to try to make a real push and add a hitter, why would you get rid of your closer? Although, if things go south in this season, my God, would he get a haul. That's the kind of deal you do make if the season goes south. 2-1 to Mickey Gasper, who is 1 for 3 tonight. Helder throws. Mickey swings and grounds one hard to first. Olsen is fabulous over there. He gloves. Takes it to the bag himself, and just like that, they're 2 away. It is a first-class operation here in Atlanta. Everybody just taking such great care of us. Late inning treats. Awesome. 2-1. Here's Willier. Another masterclass by Bryce Elder, who's now thrown 95 pitches. Sandy Leon is to the mound to try to discuss things here. Attendance brought to you by Crispy Crunchy Chicken. Another massive sellout crowd here. 39,336. Crispy Crunchy is the official fried chicken of the Red Sox, available right at Fenway, and you can get a location at crispycrunchy.com.
Christopher Smith Mass Live tweeted too that it was a manager's decision to remove Arias from the game.
Mm-hmm. I felt like a little scuttlebutt. Here's Abreu, left-handed hitter. The pitch to him. He is lined down the left field line. You got to be kidding me. Abreu's got another hit. He's around first. He's thinking about it. He's headed for second. The throw is not in time. Head first slide for Abreu, pushing the envelope. He's down a little bit at second base. A double with 2 down in the top of the 8th inning.
I love it. I mean, the Red Sox have made some outs on the bases the last couple of days. That would be an out you don't mind because it's, you need every 90 feet you can get. You got Contreras coming up with a chance to tie the game now with a runner in scoring position.
I mean, he's made the leap as a hitter, Abreu has. You look at the spray chart of his season. So many into left field. All right, now the hit almost certainly ties the game. 2-1, 2 down with Abreu at second. Elder about to throw his 97th pitch. Here it is. Wilson drives one down the left field line, but foul. He hooked it out of play. And it is 0-1. Sometimes drastic times call for drastic measures. See if the Red Sox can turn it around a little bit. 0-1 to Contreras. Ripped to hit his last time, reached on the error that loaded the bases. Back in the fourth, pitch to him is swung on and missed. Good slider, and it's 0-2.
So, I had never been to Atlanta, but the one thing I've learned is that they will bring you literally anything if you ask them to.
Truly.
It's unbelievable. I mean, anything.
Southern hospitality, a real thing. 0-2 to Contreras. Tying run at second. 2 down in the eighth. The pitch. Low. Slider. He did check his swing. And it is ball and 2 strikes.
Anything.
You got a second round of tacos.
I don't feel good at all, but these are really good.
I'm going to have to do it tomorrow. I had the smash burger today. 1-2 to Wilson Contreras. Tying run at second base. 2-1 Braves. Elder throws. Wilson drives one high and deep. Hit a left field. Hit his way back. It is gone! A 2-run homer. Wilson! And it's 3-2 Red Sox. What a swing. The weight of the world lifted off this offense. And the Red Sox get Elder with 2 down in the eighth.
Boy, he just been slider. And he just got around one and drills it.
He's got the Wally mask on. And here is Massa. There are Red Sox fans here in Atlanta, a lot of them. You can hear them now as Yoshida takes a strike on the inside corner.
It's not the first time that they've had to shout down a "Let's Go Red Sox" chant. What a swing.
Here's a pitch to Massa. He misses outside, and it's 1-1. We did our part, Coop.
They will bring you anything.
Here's a ground ball hard to first. Olsen is fabulous over there. Underhand flip to the covering pitcher. For some reason, Massa foot first slide to the back. He's retired, and the inning is over. However, a 2-run bomb for Contreras. The Red Sox go ahead 3-2 on the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get that Amex Gold Card ready. I'm too tired to cook.
We feeling Five Guys or the Cheesecake Factory?
Both.
Earn up to $120 a year in statement credits at participating partners. Up to $10 each month when you pay with the Amex Gold Card. Learn more at americanexpress.com/explore-gold. Enrollment required. Terms apply.
When I damaged my car, I was worried it could be a long process to take care of it. Like a landscaper's first day trimming a hedge maze.
I've definitely already been here.
But the Geico app let me file a claim in under 2 minutes.
It feels good to get help quick. It feels good to Geico.
Pool days call for cookouts and lots of laundry. This Memorial Day at Lowe's, save $80 on a Charbroil Performance Series 4-burner gas grill. Now just $199. Plus, get up to 45% off select major appliances to keep dishes, clothes, and food fresh. Having fun in the sun is easy with us in your corner. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/27. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. See associate or Lowe's.com for details.
Hey, it's Peyton Tolley. This is Home of the Sox, WEEI.
It is not an exaggeration to say that's the biggest swing of the year to this point. Wilson Contreras, a 2-run homer. See if Peyton Tolley, who comes back onto the mound for the 8th inning, can hold this thing down. I mean, he's been brilliant and efficient. He's only thrown 76 pitches. You'll see Sandy Leon to lead it off. What a brilliant game, series, and season, too, for Wilyer Abreu. Pitch to Sandy is a strike on the outside corner. Nothing possible without that opposite field double for Abreu. Garrett Whitlock is now throwing for the Red Sox in their bullpen. 0-1 to Sandy. Swing and a miss. Blew him away with a fastball, 94 miles an hour. And it is 0-2. And don't forget the great defense played in center field by Cedon, keep it right where it was. The 0-2 ripped into left field, but it hangs up for Duran, who started in, now back, and Jaron able to make the play, one down.
That out right there. Now 7 1/3 innings for Peyton Tolley. That is the longest he's gone in his major league career.
Red Sox have not walked tonight. If they had, be brought to you by North Shore Adult Diapers. Even the heaviest control problems, visit northshore.com. I almost needed one when Mr. Contreras went deep. Here is Asokar. He's had a big night. He swings and fouls it back. 2 doubles for this right-handed hitter. It's 0-1.
Yeah, usually you'd say 9-hitter, like no problem leaving him out there, but for whatever reason, Asokar, who slugs against lefties, has been taking some scary swings.
0-1. Inside, almost hit him. Cutter. He's not throwing a lot of those tonight, and it's 1-1. What a swing from Wilson Contreras. 1-1. Fouled back. For whatever reason, no matter the season, Red Sox always play pretty well here. They've played the Braves 110 times since interleague play started. It's their #1 rival because of the shared history in Boston. And even in down years, they've had huge moments here. 1-2 is just outside and low. Red Sox do have one challenge remaining. In a 1-run game, 3-2. Sox lead 2-2 to Asokar. Tolley into the wind, he throws, and a swing and a pop-up. Shallow right field, long run in for Abreu. He's got plenty of room, plenty of time. He reaches up, makes the play, and they're 2 down.
So now we're in decision time for Chad Tracy. 84 pitches for Tolley. 2 outs into the 8th inning. He's going to leave him out there to face the guy who's homered twice. But at the same time, Tolley's thrown as many as 93 this year. So not only could he get you through 8, he can get you through more if he can get this guy.
2 down. Here's the pitch, and it's drilled high into left field. Duran back at the warning track. He squares up. He's there to make the play. Chad Tracy rides with his gut, and it pays off. We go to the 9th innings. Tolley storming off the mound. 3-2 Red Sox on the Shaws and Star Market. WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Bring on the fun and bring home a new Honda with a great deal on your favorite Honda vehicles. And finally take that road trip you've been dreaming of. Now's the time to check out the Honda Civic and HR-V from Honda, the 2025 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand.
Based on 2025 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When I scraped my car in that parking garage, I was worried that it could be a long process to take care of it. Like a landscaper's first day trimming a hedge maze.
I have definitely already been here. Now, was it left, right, or right, left? Well, maybe I'll cut a path out and find my way back later.
But it wasn't like that. I filed a claim in under 2 minutes on the Geico app, and they handled it from there. It was taken care of almost as quickly as it happened.
It feels good to get help quick. It feels good to Geico.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app. You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Martin Perez is on, our old buddy. As we go to the top of the 9th inning, Red Sox 3, Braves 2. Peyton Tolley is done, and he was fabulous. Again, here's Cedon leading off, and he takes strike on the outside corner. And it's 0-1. Martin does not throw as hard. He's got all the guile he ever has. 0-1. Pitch is inside to Cedon. I think right now Cedon's thinking one thing, and that is hit one into the battery. And why not? This is the spot. You got to lead, sell out a little bit. 1-1 the pitch is called a ball. He was ready to challenge had it been called a strike, and I love that. He's thinking along with the umpire. 34 years old, Martin Perez. 2-1 is a strike. That's borderline. Cedon will let that one go by. Did he challenge? I thought it was outside. We'll see. I think it might have clipped the zone. So Cedon in a challenging mood. I think he's going to lose this one. And he does. ABS challenge brought to you by Dana Farber. When the challenge is cancer, we hit it out of the park. 2-2 to Cedon. The pitch inside. No need for a challenge there.
By the way, just to quell the Twitter of it all, Aroldis Chapman is throwing.
3-2. Swing and a miss. He did try to hit a homer there. That was a great changeup from Perez. It's okay. And there's one down.
So you get 8 innings of 2-run ball from Peyton Zoley in a game where you're facing the best offense in the major leagues.
How about Bryce Elder? Another good outing, but Contreras got him. Totally in line for a win. Here's Marcelo. The pitch is a little bit high. That is ball one. Martin Perez was delightful to be around. Sandy Leon is challenging here. Very near the top of the zone. We will see. And it's a strike.
Ball's overturned. Count is 0-1.
So Sandy gets that one right. And this is how we anticipated it would work when the season started, that you would backlog them and save them for the later innings. 0-1 to Marcelo, who's 0 for 3 tonight. The pitch is a little outside, and it's 1-1. So Cedon, a double in the 7th. He's 1 for 4. Brilliant defense. Put his stamp on this game as Marcelo swings and misses at a changeup. And it is 1-2. Here is a swing and a miss. And a changeup, and Marcelo is gone.
The battery of Martin Perez and Sandy Leon in the year 2026 for the best team in baseball.
Amazing, isn't it? Almost 70 years on this third rock from the sun. Here's Andrew Monasterio. Is fouled off on the third base side. And it is 0-1. Two down, top 9 Red Sox. 3 outs from a win. Aroldis Chapman is warming as Monasterio takes a pitch down and in. A curve, and it's 1-1. Martin takes a deep breath. 1-1 to Mona. Outside a ball, and it's 2-1. Hard to overstate how impressive the young lefties, Tolley and Early, have been in this environment against a team that's killed lefties. 2-1 is popped up into right field. Coming on a Sokar, out goes Albies, and the Braves' right fielder is there to make the play. Inning is over. Aroldis Chapman is coming on to lock this thing down. 3-2. Bottom 9 next on the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Bring on the fun and bring home a new Honda with a great deal on your favorite Honda vehicles. And finally, take that road trip you've been dreaming of. Now's the time to check out the Honda Civic and HR-V from Honda, the 2025 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand.
Based on 2025 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit kbb.com for more information.
The Rhode Island Department of Transportation is alerting drivers to temporary daytime closures on Route 4 South in Warwick and East Greenwich through June 5th. Monday through Friday, there will be one closure between 10 and 11 a.m., lasting about 20 minutes. Closures happen just after I-95 South, exit 24B, and traffic may back up near the Coesit Road overpass. It's all part of RIDOT's Missing Move project, creating a direct connection from I-95 North to Route 4 South. Expect delays and plan extra travel time.
Saving for your next milestone? Turn your everyday errands into cash back opportunities. Thanks to the Blue Cash Everyday Card, we can earn 3% cash back in the U.S. on essentials like groceries at supermarkets, online retail purchases, and gas stations. That's how we started growing our family's little nest egg. Take the next step with Blue Cash Everyday from Amex. Learn more at americanexpress.com/explore-BCE. Terms and cashback cap apply.
You're listening to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Now, back to the play-by-play action.
3-2 Red Sox, and the Cuban Missile is on the mound as we go to the bottom of the ninth inning. Not going to be easy, heart of the order. Albies, Olsen, and Riley for the Braves. Chapman. He throws, and Albies bloops one behind first base. Foul, long run for Contreras, and he slides and makes a spectacular play. He had to contend with the first base umpire over there, and on one pitch, there's one away.
Him and Hunter Wendelstedt were lockstep. I don't know if they made contact. We're looking at the replay. I think he might have grazed him on the shoulder, but that is incredible concentration.
What a play. All right, here's Matt Olson facing Chapman. He's converted 24 consecutive save tries. He throws. Olson takes a heater right there, 97 miles an hour. And it is 0-1. This is his 26th appearance against the Braves. Struck out a pair and a 1-2-3 ninth last time out. 0-1. Pitch to Olson. That cannot be thrown any better. A fastball, 97 on the corner, and it is 0-2. Olson 2 for 6 with a homer against Aroldis. One save away from moving into the all-time top 10. But tied Joe Nathan, have he locked it down tonight? 0-2. Here it is. High fly down the right field line. Get foul. It is hooking, and it is a foul ball. Wow. A moonshot down the line, and it just had enough right turn on it. It stays 0-2.
Hanging slider. To the one guy in the Braves lineup that has ever homered off of Chapman.
0-2. Aroldis is ready. He throws, and a line drive to short, caught by Monasterio. And the Red Sox are an out away. Such an impressive at-bat from Olsen, but because of the heroics from Wilson Contreras, now 1 out away from what would be a fabulous win against baseball's best team. But not nearly out of the woods. Here's Austin Riley, right-handed slugger. Chapman delivers, and a fastball up and in. He brushed him back a little bit with a heater. And it is 1-0. Riley 0 for 1 with 3 walks against Chapman lifetime. 1-0. Pitch is a little low. They appeal no swing. There's a slider, and it's 2-0. Peyton Tolley, fabulous for 8 innings. He gave up a leadoff homer to Drake Baldwin, and thereafter was just spectacular. 2-0. Chapman with a red glove by his left cheek. Comes home. He throws, and a foul. Back to the screen. Riley trying to tie the game right there. Elevated fastball. And it is 2-1.
Velo's up 97, 98, 99. That was 97.5 for Chapman.
He should hug people more often. 2-1. Infield backed up. Outfield a step toward right center. The 2-1. Ground ball to short should do it. Monasterio's got it. He throws to first, and it's high and dropped by Contreras. Oh, baby, an error is going to continue this game. That is routine as they come. And now, the day that Trevor Story goes on the injured list, the Red Sox make an error at shortstop that gives the Braves life.
The only good part of this play is it goes off Contreras' glove. The openings here behind first and third are open. There's no netting. So if the ball rolls all the way there, it's going to be a man on second. Contreras realizes that. He dives and slides and keeps the ball out of the dugout to keep what would be the tying run off second.
He just sort of babied that throw over there. He had all the time in the world. And now the Braves will pinch run. For Riley. And here's Mauricio Dubon. That's just a play that has to be made. The Red Sox, the best defensive team so far in all of baseball. And it's Jorge Mateo who will pinch run. Never easy these days. Here's Dubon, right-handed hitter, 0 for 3 lifetime against Aroldis. 3-2 Sox, 2 down in the 9th. Chapman is ready. He throws. And a fastball way high. That's ball 1.
Mateo's not just fast. He's been one of the best base stealers in Major League Baseball for the last 5 years.
Chapman not very good at holding runners. 1-0. Third base side of the rubber, and he'll check in over there. Throws a fastball to Contreras. Not nearly in time. 1-0, an out away from a win. Here's a pitch that's way outside. Chapman not looking as sharp out of the stretch, and it's 2-0. Chapman stands tall. And he checks in again, which is kind of an invitation to Mateo to go. It's a guy who stole 35 bags for the Orioles 4 years ago. Big lead at first, held by Contreras. 2-0 to Dubon. He runs. The pitch is way high and outside. Throw to second is not in time. Head first slide. The Red Sox will just check the video room. I thought Mateo beat the tag easily. They will not look, and it's 3-0.
Chad Tracy went defensive replacement, 2 behind the plate. Carlos Narvaez took over to start the inning. He did everything he could, but that's Mateo after 2 disengagements. Now it's 3-0. Now it's just a hitter. And this is what Chapman has done at his best his entire career.
Find a way to get out of a jam. Tying run at second. 3-0. The pitch is a ball inside. So now the winning run is at first. What was one normal throw away from being one of the inspired wins of the year is now staring down the barrel at what would easily be the most devastating loss of the year. But you feel great with Chapman on the mound. Michael Harris, the second left-handed hitter, digs in. This is where you need your closer to miss some bats. 2 on, 2 out. Sox lead by a run. The pitch is outside. Slider. 1-0. Harris 1 for 5 with 4 strikeouts against Chapman. Aroldis is ready. The 1-0. Up and in. He's not sharp at all. I mean, he's missing badly. This is a version of Chapman we've really not seen in his Red Sox tenure. You remember 2 outings ago, he walked 2, struck out 3. But he is totally erratic right now.
6 straight balls.
Everybody standing in Atlanta. 2-0. The pitch is not close. Wow. Slider missed badly, and it's 3-0. Need a little Houdini from Aroldis right here. 2 on, 2 out, 3-0 to Harris. Chapman sets. He throws, and a fastball low ball for him. 8 straight pitches out of the zone. You have to think Andrew Bailey is going to come out here. Now, the bases are loaded, and a hit quite likely to win the game for the Braves. And indeed, the pitching coach comes out. Ha-Seong Kim is the hitter, and this is gut check time for Chapman.
They've tried kind of everything with four-seamers and sliders. He's thrown 1 sinker. The only thing he hasn't thrown in this sequence is a splitter, which is not a strike pitch, but he's missed with every single pitch, and he's thrown 8 consecutive out of the zone.
Again, 1 throw on a routine grounder to short from being in the clubhouse celebrating, and instead now stress galore. Dubon runs well, likely to win the game on a hit to the outfield. He's at second, tying run at third. In Mateo, here is Chapman's pitch to Kim, and it is on the outside corner, a strike, and it's 0-1. What an important tone setter that was. Kim tonight twice struck out by Tolley. Bases loaded, bottom 9. Chapman throws, and a swing and a foul. Upper deck, first base side, and once again, the Red Sox are 1 strike away. Runner coming way down the line at third, and Chapman almost balked there. That was so close to bringing in a run. I don't think he kind of stepped off in the proper way. The umpires say he was okay. Mateo tried to get in his head there. That was close. 0-2. 1 strike away from a win. And now time is called by the umpire, who says Chapman needs to make eye contact with the hitter, Kim. No balls, 2 strikes. Chapman sets. He throws, and a line drive off of Aroldis. He throws to the first base side, flips under him, to first, in time, they got him. It hit him on the leg, an incredible reaction by Chapman. The Red Sox somehow, some way hang on and win it in Atlanta 3-2. I'm sure the Braves want to check. That was spectacular from Chapman. The squat rack pays off. What a reaction there to flip to first, and the Red Sox get a 3-2 win. Never easy, never dull with this edition. What a reaction from Chapman. Contreras' swing holds up, and a dramatic, thrilling 3-2 win.
Aroldis Chapman takes 103 off of his backside. He falls down. The ball is 30 feet away from him, and he tracks it down, and he gets it to first. And some impossible way, the Red Sox win the game.
Never easy with this edition, but the Red Sox will certainly take it. We're going to take a 30-second break, come back and check into the Red Sox dugout after this in the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Pros, save more on the materials you need to get the job done inside and out at Lowe's. Right now, get 10% off in-stock Trex Naturals decking, now available in more styles. Plus, get 15% off select custom entry, interior, and storm doors. Then, we'll deliver it all straight to your job site to help keep your jobs moving. Get the brands pros trust, priced right, and ready when you need them. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/27. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. Restrictions apply.
Hi, I'm Mike.
And I'm Mark, the owners of Reliable Fence, New England's leading fencing company. Our high-quality fences protect and beautify your property, and always at a fair price.
And right now, you can save big with our annual Spring into Savings sale, where you'll save 20%. Just go to ReliableFencing.com. That's reliable, FENCING.com for the best fence around.
Reliable Fence.
Hi, this is Peyton Tolley. You're listening to the home of the Red Sox on WEEI.
What a win. The Red Sox beat the Braves 3-2. It was dramatic. It was stressful. And a fabulous last play by Aroldis Chapman to lock it down. And it would not have been possible without 8 brilliant innings from Peyton Tolley, who joins us down in the Red Sox dugout. Peyton, awesome job. Had to feel great to be a part of such a fun win.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. That's what being a baseball's fun. So,
sometimes.
Yeah, so we did it. We made it fun today. Wilson, that ball was hammered, and then Mickey called a great game too. So it was a whole lot of fun all the way around.
All right, lots to get into it, but let's start with what just happened, a minute ago with Chapman. That ball off the bat goes 103. Adam, what were you reacting in the dugout?
Can't say on radio, but it came off. I mean, that was an athletic play to get over there. However, still doing it. What is it, 30-something years old? But yeah, it was cool. We trust that guy. So we want the guy in that 9th inning comes around. We want the ball in that guy's hands.
Well, you and the pitching have been fabulous lately, Peyton. Leadoff homer, you're able to settle down. What goes through your mind, and how do you kind of get it right back between the lines after that home run?
Yeah, I mean, good hitter there. Just kind of left the sinker middle for him. But whenever that happens, it's like, well, just keep attacking. Like, that's what they're gonna want to. They're gonna want to get attack early on me, ambush it, and so I'll just go out there, do what I can, keep throwing strikes. I try not to let it scare me too much, but just keep doing it.
I remember at AAA we talked about it. It's like, all right, can you get to 70% fastballs? And you just said it like they're attacking you early. When you're in a spot like that and they're going to sit there and they're going to sit on a fastball, now it's not easy to do because you got 3 of them, but when they're sitting on that, but you have the kind of fastball that can beat guys, I guess just how much confidence do you have in those pitches that you can keep throwing it and you're still going to get good results, even if they think they know it's coming?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely gives a sense of confidence but having 3 of them is able to just keep them off time just enough. I think the cutter was that today, helped us give a good first pitch strikes. Was able to it got me back into the zone in that 3rd inning. So yeah, it's good to have them. Good to have 3 of them. Good to be able to throw all 3 in zone. But yeah, so it's good. It's good. Mickey called it great too, so it was good.
Last thing, pretty good to have Cedon behind you in center field.
My gosh, he just keeps doing it. It's like I give up. Contact, and I think that ball's down, and he's underneath it, making it look like a routine play. It's unbelievable.
Isn't it insane? So fun, and so fun to watch you pitch. Thanks, Peyton.
Thanks, Peyton. Yeah, have a go.
All right, we appreciate Peyton Tolley's time. Can you imagine? I mean, this is, look, the Red Sox are still, 7 games below 500. They need to keep doing things like they did tonight. Here's the deal. If they score 3 runs, they win, period. That's how good the pitching has been. It's off the closer's leg. He's got to stumble and underhand to first. We're all going to have AFib by the end of this week.
I don't give a you-know-what about how it happens. Just care that it happens. And, oh, my gosh. It's just everything about that. You're white-knuckling the whole way. And then, by the way, the swing from Wilson Contreras, right?
Huge.
How many times have we said it? This offense has so few players that are reliable offensive players. He is one of them. Yep. He's been amazing. And I know it's been a tough couple of weeks, but he's been amazing. Everything you could have asked him to be. And, in games that you need something like that to win, he gave it to you. And you said it. It's no exaggeration to say that's the biggest swing of the season. It really was.
Especially given the way that it unfolded. I mean, the error from Monasterio, you should have had a feel-good, easy, stress-free win. You get anything but that. Just enormous to wrap it up. We'll come back with more of the Nissan postgame show after this in the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Folks knew the Colonel approved of his new honey chili crisp and jalapeno ranch sauces the moment he tasted them and said, that's right, no notes, just absolute silence. Turns out some flavors don't need explaining. They just need dipping. It's saucy season at KFC with new honey chili crisp and jalapeno ranch. Get dipping with a boneless bucket today.
Prices and participation vary.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When I damaged my car, I was worried it could be a long process to take care of it, like a landscaper's first day trimming a hedge maze.
I've definitely already been here.
But the Geico app let me file a claim in under 2 minutes.
It feels good to get help quick. It feels good to Geico.
Now, at McDonald's, wake up to a $4 breakfast meal deal. Wake up to a sausage McMuffin or a sausage biscuit, to hash browns, and wake up to a hot coffee. Get your $4 breakfast meal deal.
Limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Prices may be higher for delivery.
Pool days call for cookouts and lots of laundry. This Memorial Day at Lowe's, save $80 on a Charbroil Performance Series 4-burner gas grill. Now just $199. Plus, get up to 45% off select major appliances to keep dishes, clothes, and food fresh. Having fun in the sun is easy with us in your corner. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/27. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. See associate or Lowe's.com for details.
You know, over the years, I've seen it all. So now, I'm sharing it all. Join me for Unfiltered Talks with the names you love on my new podcast, On Par with Maury Povich. Follow and listen to On Par wherever you get your podcasts.
After a tough winter combined with harsh coastal weather, home exteriors take a beating. That's why pros across the Northeast have trusted AZEK Exteriors for over 25 years. As the #1 brand for premium exterior trim and molding, AZEK keeps homes elevated with stunning details that endure beautifully no matter the conditions. And now, introducing AZEK Lap Siding, pairing the classic beauty of traditional wood siding with modern durability. Available in 18 different colors from AZEK Captivate Pre-Finishing. Start planning your remodel today with AZEK. Order free samples at azekexteriors.com.
Some people will do anything for a second chance.
Monica! Monica!
Brad?
Don't get on that plane.
Oh, no, your car.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, because you love me.
Or because I've got Mafre insurance.
Huh.
Peace of mind. That's the Mafre feeling. Visit MafreInsurance.com. That's MAPFRE Insurance.com.
Carpal tunnel syndrome. Heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
I'm Jenna Fisher. And I'm Angela Kinsey. And we have the podcast Office Ladies. Every Wednesday, we'll be sharing even more exclusive stories and lots of laughs. Follow and listen to Office Ladies on the free Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, it's Chris Scheim, and once again, I have an opportunity for you this year, in case you haven't taken advantage of it before. Take the opportunity to drop 40 by the 4th with Awaken 180. It hits a little bit different when you put a real goal on it, doesn't it? And to make it even easier, Awaken 180 launched Reclaim by Awaken 180. Reclaim is a simple 10-week plan designed to help you reach your weight and health goals. Not eventually, not we'll see what happens. It's a let's get this done and not have to worry about it again. And honestly, that's why Awaken 180 Reclaim makes so much sense. I dropped 7 pounds my first week and 45 pounds overall. Reclaim by Awaken 180 comes at the perfect time to help you hit 40 by the 4th. Any medication, diet, or workout plan can promise results, but how many tell you that in 10 weeks' time, you could be looking at a whole new version of yourself? Medication-free and with free support for life. Do what we all did. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Create a space you can't wait to be in. It all starts at Frank Webb Home. With personal service and expert guidance at our local showrooms, we can help you find the bath, kitchen, and lighting solutions you need to enhance your space. With more selection and more expertise. Personal service to help you find your personal style. Visit frankweb.com to schedule a free consultation in one of our 48 showrooms across the Northeast. Make yourself at home at Frank Webb Home.
Bring on the fun and bring home a new Honda with a great deal on your favorite Honda vehicles. And finally, take that road trip you've been dreaming of. Now's the time to check out the Honda Civic and HR-V from Honda, the 2025 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand.
Based on 2025 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. This is the Nissan postgame show. Nissan makes cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com.
True. Back live, Nissan postgame show from Atlanta. Nissan, they make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. And shop NissanUSA.com. The Red Sox find a way against the best team in baseball. They get a late home run from Wilson Contreras. The Braves load the bases in the 9th inning, but the Red Sox win 3-2 and take Game 2 of this 3-game set. And they'll set up a chance to win the series against the Braves tomorrow. Cooper Boardman back with you. Will Fleming along in just a moment. Final totals tonight. Red Sox 3 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. They left 5. Atlanta 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error. They left 5 as well. Peyton Tolle is the winner. He went 8 innings for the first time in his young, burgeoning major league career. 2-run ball. He walked 1. He struck out 3. He is now 2-2. Bryce Elder, who came in as the National League ERA leader, goes 8 innings of 3-run ball. Strikes out 3, but takes the loss. He is now 4-2. Aroldis Chapman records his 10th save, not without some sweat and some nerve clenching, but he gets the job done in a game that took 2 hours, 6 minutes in front of 39,336, a sellout at Truist Park. Those 3 strikeouts for Tolle. The Arbella Insurance Foundation is dedicated to striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund. Red Sox pitchers, 3 Ks, another $150 to the Jimmy Fund to help strike out cancer. Arbella is here for the Jimmy Fund and here for good. This game changed completely in the 8th inning. The Red Sox enter the inning down 2-1. Jarren Duran flew out. Mickey Gasper grounded out. And so there was nobody on with 2 outs in the top of the 8th inning. The Red Sox were down offensively to their final 4 outs, trailing by a run. Willie Abreu came up. He doubled. That was doubles for diabetes. For every double the Sox hit, $50 to the American Diabetes Association. Brought to you in part by the Massachusetts Health Connector. If you need health insurance, go to mahealthconnector.org and find the right plan for you and your family. Abreu doubled, and that extended the inning. So he's on, tying run in scoring position, down by 1 run in the 8th inning. And that is when Wilson Contreras happened.
2-1 Braves. Elder throws. Wilson drives one high and deep. Hit a left field. Hit his way back. And